Welcome to the finale of Pokemon Larimar, my fan-made Pokemon region inspired by the Dominican Republic. So far I shared with you all the new Mega Evolutions, the new regional variants, and even the region itself and breaking down all of its inspirations. But now it's time to go over the complete story of Larimar from start to finish. As we go through the journey, you'll be introduced to every single Pokemon Larimar has to offer, so feel free to let me know in the comments who's going to be on your team. And now, without further ado, here is the complete story of Pokemon Larimar.
Hello there! It's so very nice to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon! My name is Reskia, the Larimar's region's very own Pokemon professor. This world of ours is inhabited far and wide by creatures known as Pokemon. We live together with these Pokemon, lending our strength to one another to live and prosper. And yet, there's still so much we don't know about these wonderful creatures. But that only means that we can always continue to learn more and more about them. A combined effort of both science and magic. Now, why don't you tell me more about yourself? Gonzalo, you are about to enter the lustrous and magnificent Larimar region. Your very own Pokemon tale is about to unfold. Yes, a world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits!
And so begins your adventure in the Larimar region. You begin in Opal Town, the town where you were born and raised. The day has finally come for you to become a Pokemon trainer, with the goal of taking on Larimar's Pokemon League, which officially starts today. To commemorate this occasion, you're supposed to meet the champion, who's been giving out starter Pokemon to help kick off all the new trainers' journeys. You're reminded by your mother that he plans to meet you at the docks, so that's where you head out to. Once at the docks, that's where you meet Zach, the champion of the Larimar region. Hey, you must be Gonzalo. Nice to finally meet you. I'm Zach, Larimar's champion. I read a lot about you from your mother's recommendation letter. Before you get your first Pokemon, we're still waiting for 2 more people. One of them just arrived on a ferry actually. This boy has come from really far, but shows a lot of promise. Oh, there he is now.
I finally made it. Hope I wasn't late.
No, not at all. You're right on time actually. Gonzalo, this is Bryan from the Galar region.
Hey, nice to meet you Gonzalo, and Zach, nice to meet you in person as well. Thank you for this opportunity. I've waited a long time to start a Pokemon journey, so I'm really excited for this.
You might not know this, Gonzalo, but prior to this year, Larimar's Pokemon League Challenge only allowed you to participate if you were from this region. But after traveling the world, I realized that there are so many talented trainers out there that deserve to experience our beautiful Larimar. So that's why this year, we're finally opening the Pokemon League to trainers from around the world, to trainers like Bryan here. Now there's still one more person we need to wait for.
Hey, I'm here.
There she is. Gonzalo, Bryan, this is Luisa from Spineltown. She made quite the name for herself at the Pokemon school, which is why I invited her to receive a starter.
Nice to meet you guys. I hope you end up being some worthy rivals for me.
Alright, now that we're all here, it's time for you to meet your new partners. Let me introduce you to Kabu, Scissorbray, and Platike. Gonzalo, since you arrived first, you make the first choice. For the sake of this video, we'll be choosing the grass-type starter Kabu. Luisa lets Bryan go next, so he chooses Scissorbray, leaving her with the final option, Platike.
Hey Zach, I've got an idea. Since Gonzalo and Bryan are new trainers, why don't they have a battle? I've already got some battling experience, so they'll benefit way more than I would.
That's not a bad idea. Battling is a great way for trainers to get to know each other and their Pokemon. How about it, Gonzalo and Bryan? Are you two up for a battle?
Yeah, let's do it. It's time to prove that I've got what it takes to conquer the Pokemon League. I hope you're ready, Gonzalo.
And just like that, you begin your first official Pokemon battle. Bryan will be using the starter Pokemon that has a type advantage against yours. And since we chose Kabu, he'll go with Scissorbray. You end up winning your first battle. Not bad for a couple of rookies. I look forward to seeing how much you progress on your journey.
Thank you, Zach. And of course, thank you for the Pokemon as well.
Don't mention it. Besides, if you really want to thank someone for your Pokemon, then you should thank Professor Reskia, as he's the one who provided them. Be sure to stop by his lab at Ametrine City. Now Luisa, do you want to have a battle as well?
No, not really. Having a battle right now just wouldn't be fair, as both Gonzalo and Bryan's Pokemon are exhausted. I'll tell you what though, you two. When you're ready, meet me at Spineltown and I'll show you both what a real battle's all about.
After this, the champion will upgrade your phones with the Rotom Dex, you'll go your separate ways, and after informing your mother of the good news, you officially set out on your Pokemon journey. You leave your hometown by going through Route 1. In this route, you'll be able to encounter Sentret, Hoppip, and 2 new Pokemon, Harpy and Mousebine. This is Harpy, the tiny bird Pokemon, a normal and flying type with the ability Big Pecs or Keen Eye and the hidden ability Scrappy. Harpy are extremely territorial, fiercely pecking at anything that enters its domain. Their wings are notably strong, being able to snap tree branches with ease. And this is Mousespine, the mouse Pokemon, a normal type with the ability Guts or Battle Armor and the hidden ability Iron Barbs. It eagerly charges into battle with its tough fur acting like armor. Its fur has a very smooth texture when it's calm. After going through Route 1, you'll arrive at Spindletown. Here you meet with Luisa once again, and she teaches you how to utilize the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart. After you're all healed up, she'll be waiting to battle you in the town square. You notice the battlefield is surrounded by a crowd of people who are here to watch Luisa battle.
Sorry about the crowd, but can you blame them? They'd love to see me battle. I just defeated Bryan actually, so I'm on a hot streak.
You begin your battle against Luisa. She chooses the starter that's weak to yours, so she'll be going with Platike. Her other Pokemon is Meningo. This is Meningo, the wild pup Pokemon, a normal type with the ability Intimidate or Rivalry and the hidden ability Runaway. Years ago, these Pokemon were worshipped and loved by humans, but these days they're seen as nuisance. As a result, they're often abandoned. They travel in large packs and typically avoid human contact. You defeat Luisa, and she says,
"Now that's what I call beginner's luck. I guess I need to battle more seriously from now on if I want to show off my true talent. Time for me to start collecting gym badges. I'll see you around, Gonzalo."
You head east into Route 2 and go through the Spinel Forest. Here you battle trainers like bug catchers and youngsters. The Pokemon you encounter here include Harpy, Mousespine, Pikipek, Shroomish, Sewaddle, Grubbin, Pikachu, and Herwig. This is Herwig, the frequency Pokemon, a pure bug type with the ability Compound Eyes or Soundproof and the hidden ability Swarm. When these Pokemon bite, they cause people to hear at frequencies they normally wouldn't. They love eating earwax and will sometimes crawl into their trainer's ears to eat it. Once you make it out of Spinel Forest in Route 2, you'll arrive at your first big destination, Garnet City. When you arrive at the gym, you'll learn that the gym leader is not there.
Hey there! If you're looking for the gym leader, he just took some students on a field trip to the Garnet Mill. I think he's such a nice guy for that. But just between you and me, I think the champion is a whole lot nicer. I'm his biggest fan, you know.
Wild Pokemon at the Garnet Mill include Mousespine, Hoot, Nidoran Male, Nidoran Female, Rockruff, Riolu, and Larimar Patrat. After battling some of the trainers and going deeper into the mill, you'll see a group of students surrounding a man. It's the gym leader.
Yo, what's up, trainer? The name is Trey. I'm the gym leader of Garnet City. What's that? You're a challenger? I don't seem to catch a break these days now that the gym challenge has begun, huh? I just finished battling 2 trainers and thought I could use the spare time to bring these kids here. You see, the Pokemon School is always looking for volunteer trainers to help mentor the students. And since I'm the gym leader of this city, I seem to be the guy they rely on the most. I barely even have time to DJ like I used to. But hey, I can never resist a new challenger. So I'll tell you what, I'll meet you at my gym.
The first gym is a large music studio with a maze-like design. There are different twists and turns and rooms you'll have to enter, as well as a few trainer battles along the way. When you reach the final room, there you'll find the gym leader at his DJ booth.
Yo, what's up, challenger? Once again, my name is Trey. I come from the Alola region and was invited by Zach to be this city's gym leader. He sure is a clever guy, that champion. Making me the gym leader of the town with a big Pokemon school reminds me of one I used to go to in Alola. Man, did I throw the wildest parties over there. But anyways, enough of that. You're here for a battle, right? So let's do this!
You battle gym leader Trey. He uses Roggenrola, Rockruff, and Cinnabite. This is Cinnabite, the toxic stone Pokemon, a rock and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sturdy and the hidden ability Rockhead. Its entire body consists of a toxic mineral, so it's often left alone after it's discovered. They're often found inside of volcanic caves devouring lava rock. The heat doesn't appear to bother them. You defeat Trey and he says,
"Whew, that was a great battle. Congratulations, trainer. This is only your first step into making it into the Pokemon League. Give it your all and never give up. But don't forget to have some fun on your journey as well. Here's your first gym badge, the Axel badge."
Just then, Trey receives a phone call. It seems like something serious has happened.
They're doing what? I'm on my way. Sorry about that, challenger. It seems like one of the region's historical sites is being vandalized by some thugs. You've proved to be pretty strong, so I could really use your help. I'm heading to Route 3 towards Primal Cave. Join me as quick as you can.
Following Trey's directions, you head north to reach Route 3. Pokemon you'll encounter here include Mousespine, Hoot, Spinarak, Sandshrew, Seedot, Paras, Larimar Patrat, and Shreverine. This is Shreverine, the vicious Pokemon, a dark type with the ability Tough Claws or Thick Fat and the hidden ability Gluttony. Groups of them are known to take down large prey and devour them while they're still alive. Their razor-sharp teeth and claws can cut through bone like butter. After battling some trainers, you reach the end of Route 3, where Trey is waiting for you at the entrance of Primal Cave. You both enter Primal Cave. Pokemon that can be found here include Zubat, Whismur, Cubone, Roggenrola, Smeargle, Cinnabite, and Unknown. The cave is small, so you easily reach the end, and that's where you and Trey see Bryan with a suspicious group of characters.
Hey kid, based on your looks, I'd say you're not from around here, am I right?
That's right, I'm Bryan, and I come all the way from the Gala region to become the next Larimar champion.
Gala region, eh? I knew it. Well, we don't want filthy outsiders like you in our region.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, what's going on here?
Trey, and Gonzalo too, you guys made it just in time. I was doing some training when I caught these thugs trying to destroy the cave paintings.
Man, what? This is a popular tourist site. How could you do such a thing? You look military, but your actions say otherwise. Who are you really?
We're Team Prestige and we're simply doing what's right for our home. Outsiders like you would never understand.
These guys are pretty tough, so be careful, Trey.
Don't you worry, Bryan. Gonzalo will back me up. You take the one on the left and I'll take the one on the right.
Leaving this kid to me was a big mistake, Gym Leader. Time to show you the might of Team Prestige.
This is the evil team of the Larimar region, Team Prestige. The Pokemon the Grunts typically use include Zubat, Houndour, Larimar Patrat, Purloin, Sandile, Pawniard, Yungoos, Nickit, and Shreverine. There are a few more Pokemon they use as well, but we haven't encountered those just yet. You defeat the Team Prestige Grunt.
I can't believe we got beat. This is bad.
Must be nice to have a gym leader come to your rescue. Next time you won't be so lucky.
After Team Prestige leaves, Trey explains how Primal Cave is special to the Larimar region as it's home to some ancient cave paintings, and he sometimes brings the Pokemon School students up here.
There have been rumors for a while about a group of ex-military that have been going rogue and have been causing trouble, but nobody's been able to catch them. Looks like the rumors were true. But anyways, thank you for your help, guys. I knew there was something special about you. As a gift, I'd like each of you to have one of these rare fossils.
You get to choose between the Rod Fossil or the Tusk Fossil. You'll be able to find out what they turn into after you restore them.
Hey, great choice, Challenger. If you want to restore these fossils, then you're going to want to head to Amethyst City. They should make for great additions to each of your Pokemon teams.
You can now head to your next destination, Ametrine City, by going through Route 4. The Pokemon you encounter here are Harpy, Mousespine, Piggypeck, Sentret, Wingull, Marill, and Hoppip. Once you reach the end of Route 4, you'll encounter Bryan once again.
Yo, Gonzalo, that whole Team Prestige incident was pretty intense, right? On top of getting stronger to beat the league, we also go get stronger in case we meet those thugs again. So, how about we have a battle to test out our skills?
You have your second battle against Bryan. His team will be Scissorbray, Harpy, and Riolu. You defeat Bryan and he says,
"Now I know I just need to get stronger to reach my goal. I was given this amazing opportunity by Champion Zach. I won't let him down. I won't let anyone down. I'll prove I can shine even if this isn't my home region."
You arrive in Ametrine City, the largest city in the Larimar region. You head to Professor Reskia's lab to thank him for your starter Pokemon, and at the entrance, you and Bryan are reunited with Luisa.
There you are, Slowpokes. I know you're rookies, but I didn't think it would take you two this long to reach the professor's lab. Come on, let's meet him.
The three of you enter the lab together and see the professor along with someone else.
As always, Mr. President, it was a pleasure meeting with you.
Likewise, Professor Reskia. Oh, and who are these children?
You must be Gonzalo, Luisa, and Bryan. It's nice to finally meet you. I am Professor Reskia from the Paldea region.
Ah, I see. These must be the new trainers starting out on their journey.
Yes, they are. Trainers, let me introduce you to the President of Larimar, President Sterling.
Nice to meet you, young ones. I wish you nothing but the best on your journey. May you acquire all the strength you desire throughout your travel in our lovely region. Now, if you excuse me, I have some important business to attend to.
That's our president, always a busy man. We do have him to thank for making this region as prosperous as it is.
I've heard about him before. Apparently, he was the champion of this region for many years before Zach came along.
That's correct. Looks like you've done your homework of some Larimar's history, Bryan.
Of course, I gotta know everything about this region if I'm to become the next champion.
That old man was a champion? I thought all the president did was sit in boring meetings all day.
Wait, you're telling me you're from this region and you didn't even know that?
I don't really care for politics or history. I'd rather spend my time sharpening my amazing skills.
You and your rivals thank the professor for your starter Pokemon, and afterwards, he recommends you challenge the gym in Jade Town, as this city's gym is currently inaccessible due to the trains being closed. But before you leave, he upgrades your Rotom phone with the new feature, the Dex Scan app, which works similarly to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's Dex Snap features. He tells you to meet him at the north exit of Ametrine in order to demonstrate this feature. On the way, however, you see Trey talking to President Sterling.
I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Trey. You have no need to worry about them. The Larimar police will keep an extra eye out for those traitors.
Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, hey, Challenger! I was just telling the president about our encounter with that Team Prestige, but it looks like Lamar's special police are on it. I'm heading back to Garnet City now, since I got a gym to look after. Peace!
Gonzalo, we meet again so soon. I had no idea you had a run-in with that mysterious Team Prestige. You must be quite the skilled trainer if you managed to survive that encounter. Seems like you have a bright future ahead of you. I'd expect nothing less from our region's very own. As I said to Trey, don't you worry about that Team Prestige. These officers are all over the region and keep us safe from harm. They'll be extra vigilant now that we have confirmation of Team Prestige's existence. Safe travels, my young trainer, and best of luck with your next gym battle.
You reach the north exit of the city where you're reunited with the professor and the others, and it's here where you enter the Lush Zone.
What do you think, trainers? Welcome to the Lush Zone. As you'll soon learn, this area is full of many different biomes and habitats which attracts Pokemon from all over. This is where my area of expertise comes in. I specialize in Pokemon migration. I want to learn what makes Pokemon choose the places they call home, and what are the things that attract them the most. Now, although Larimar has plentiful Pokemon already, through my research, I've learned of a way to help even rarer Pokemon appear. This is how you do it.
Here Professor Reskia shows you how to use the Dex Scan app. With this feature, you can choose the Pokemon you want to encounter if you've already seen them before. Do this enough time with the same Pokemon, and you'll eventually be able to encounter a rare spawn similar to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. The only way to lure them out is through chain catching. Here you unlock the ability to freely throw Pokeballs without battling, like you would in Legends Arceus. Catching more than 5 of the same species of Pokemon without battling increases the likelihood of a rare spawn appearing. If you fail to catch a Pokemon, it will then try to attack you, which initiates a battle. This, however, will break your chain. The chain catching method is also useful for encountering Pokemon with greater IVs, hidden abilities, and even increases shiny odds. When Professor Reskia shows off this mechanic, he gets his chain of 5, causing a rare spawn at Nezumika to appear, and the professor allows you to have that encounter to either catch or defeat.
Good job, Gonzalo. I'll let you have this one. But next time, you're going to have to encounter a rare spawn all on your own. Almost every location in Larimar has a rare spawn, and these are the only way to encounter these Pokemon. So if you aim to complete the Pokédex, you will need to master this method. I'll be headed back to my laboratory now. Safe travel, trainers!
After this, you are now free to explore the Lush Zone. You start out in the Field Zone, and the Pokemon that can be found here include Harpy, Paniri, Yamper, Flabebe, Badoo, Stickcute, Skitty, and the rare spawn Nezumika. This is Stickcute, the honey Pokemon, a normal and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sticky Hold and the hidden ability Honey Gather. It secretes honey via its hive-like growth on its head. The honey it secretes is the only thing that it eats. It provides it with enough nutrients that it needs to become stronger. Next is the Prairie Zone, and the Pokemon that can be found here include Stickcute, Flabebe, Shinx, Weasel, Choodle, Combee, Summith, and the rare spawn Scorbunny. This is Summith, the fairy Pokemon, a fairy type with the ability Quick Feet or Cute Charm and the hidden ability Skill Link. Summith are very often kept as pets due to their friendly natures and cute appearances. It is said that if a Summith wraps its tail around your fingers, you will form an immediate bond with any Pokemon. The final location in Lush Zone Central is the Pasture Zone. The Pokemon that can be found here are Stickcute, Mareep, Ralts, Skitty, Minccino, Abra, Ponyta, and the rare spawn Eevee. Now, although you have access to the next town from the Pasture Zone, you can still explore some of Lush Zone East. So let's take a look before heading to the next gym. To the right of the Pasture Zone, we now enter the Volcanic Zone. This area connects to the volcano Mount Zekron, but you don't have access to that area just yet. Encounters in the base of the Volcanic Zone include Litleo, Sandshrew, Timber, Salandit, Fletchling, Larimar Woobat, Cragmite, and the rare spawn Bulblaze. This is Cragmite, the Amber Pokemon, a rock and bug type with the ability Swarm or Rockhead and the hidden ability Solid Rock. It was found deep in a cave over 300 years ago. Its head is encased in amber. It headbutts cave walls in order to find minerals to eat. South of the Volcanic Zone, we have the Savannah Zone. The Pokemon that can be found here include Harpy, Litleo, Fletchling, Slackoth, Phanpy, Girafarig, Shinx, and the rare spawn Larimar Meowth. And the last area is the Jungle Zone. The Pokemon available here include Harpy, Earwig, Larimar Trapinch, Piggypeck, Bounsweet, Scyther, Heracross, and the rare spawn Grookey. That wraps up all the accessible Lush Zone areas at this point in the game. The remaining areas of Lush Zone East are only accessible if you have the surfing ability. Meanwhile, there are still some areas of Lush Zone West that you can actually go through, but the Pokemon are way too high level for you at this point, so we'll save that for later. By this point, you've explored a lot of the Lush Zone, made some new catches, and even battled a couple of trainers there, so now's about the time where your starter Pokemon evolve. Kabu evolves into Ninda, the Ninja Pokemon, a grass and fighting type with the ability Overgrow and the hidden ability No Guard. It uses its bamboo stalk as a weapon and as a source of nourishment. Surprisingly nimble, it attacks swiftly with its bamboo stalk. Even if its stalk snaps, it will continue to use its broken halves. Scissorbray evolves into Saburn, the Blaze Pokemon, a fire and dark type with the ability Blaze and the hidden ability Flash Fire. They have a very belligerent nature. It takes a long time for them to trust others. After sinking their fangs into opponents, they heat up their teeth, causing excruciating pain. And Platike evolves into Platypund, the Deep Sea Pokemon, a water and ice type with the ability Torrent and the hidden ability Ice Body. This Pokemon enjoys swimming deep below sea level and absorbing the frigid, salty water through its gills on its fins. You now arrive at Jade Town and head to the second gym. However, Luisa's in front of the entrance.
Hey Gonzalo, I just got my second badge. How about we have a battle before you go in? Although this gym was a piece of cake for me, I want to make sure you're strong enough to take it on. It'd be a shame for you to embarrass yourself in there.
You have your second battle against Luisa. She uses Platypund, Meningo, Skitty, and Larimar Trapinch. You defeat her and she says,
well, I did say I was gonna go easy on you, didn't I? I guess you are good enough to take on the gym. But don't let it get to your head though, cause these gyms have been pretty easy so far. I'll see you around.
You now challenge the gym, which is an indoor track facility. You'll have to go around the track, avoid various obstacles, and battle various trainers for 3 different keys. Once you have them all, you can unlock the door to the battlefield, where the gym leader awaits.
Greetings, my comrade. I'm Zano, the gym leader. You must be surprised that some young trainer from Hoenn is a gym leader. Don't lie, I can tell from your face. The champion recognized my skills and asked me to be here, so just know I'm super strong. I hope you're ready to face my grass-type Pokemon, cause if not, I'm sending you right back to the Pokemon Center!
You battle Gym Leader Zano. He uses Grovyle, Skidoo, Solacerta, and Larimar Tropius. This is Solacerta, the Bonfire Pokemon, and the evolved form of Bulblaze, a grass and fire type with the ability Flame Body or Flash Fire and the hidden ability Solar Power. This Pokemon provides protection to the little creatures in the forest it inhabits. They use their claws to excavate nests for Bulblaze eggs, preferring places where sunstones are found as a sign of good fortune. You defeat Zano and he says,
Man, I can't believe you beat me. Looks like I still have a long way to go as a trainer myself. Either way, here's your reward. The Vitality Badge. You've earned it.
Next, you make your way to Route 5, home of the Jade Ranch. Although you can't get through as some trees are blocking your way, suddenly you're greeted by Zach. Hey Gonzalo, I hope you're doing well in your gym challenge. You've got 2 badges already? Not bad. Keep up the hard work and who knows, you might be able to challenge me someday. Oh, it looks like those trees are blocking your way. Why don't you use your command app? You don't know what that is? Here, let me see your Rotom phone real quick. Zach then adds the command app to your Rotom phone, which lets your Pokemon use HM techniques without the need of a move. The app shows which Pokemon are capable of using which techniques, as well as allowing you to temporarily summon Pokemon you have in your PC that can use the HM you need. There you go. With the command app, you'll be able to explore all kinds of places in Larimar. I've just added the cut command so you can cut down pesky trees that are in your way. I use it all the time with my Greninja. I really hope you take advantage of everything on your journey. It'll definitely make you stronger in the long run. Zach leaves and you can now use the cut command to get into Jade Ranch. The Pokemon you encounter here include Fletchling, Growlithe, Mareep, Chansey, Skidoo, Tauros, Miltank, Mudbray, Meningo, and the rare spawn Lechonk. After going through the ranch and battling some farmers, you'll arrive at Peridot Town, and at the center you'll see Bryan in front of some Pokemon statues that are said to be the legendaries of Larimar. He says this is the perfect spot for a battle, so he challenges you. You have your third battle against Bryan. He uses Suburn, Corvile, Riolu, and the Galar starter that's weak against your starter. Since we chose the grass starter, Bryan will have a Sobble. This is Corvile, the combative Pokemon, and the evolved form of Harpy, a normal and flying type with the ability Big Pecs or Keen Eye and the hidden ability Scrappy. Squabbles over territory are very common among Corvile. Reports of Corvile attacks increase tremendously during the summer and fall seasons. You defeat Bryan and he says,
I thought I'd win for sure since I was ahead of you. Pokemon training is a lot more complex than I thought. I'm gonna have to keep on training if I want to beat you in our next battle.
You got that right. If you can't even beat Gonzalo, you'll be no match for me at all.
Oh, it's Luisa. Wait, hasn't Gonzalo defeated you already? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I've just been going easy on him, and next time I'll be going full force on the both of you. Anyways, why are you guys here in front of these statues?
I wanted to learn a bit of the history surrounding the legendary Pokemon of this region.
I see. If that's the case, then I suggest visiting the Peridot Library.
Oh, hello President Sterling. What brings you to Peridot Town?
Just doing my normal routine, making sure all is well, connecting to the various communities, and visiting some of my favorite locations. In fact, this is one of my absolute favorite cities thanks to these two statues. Do you know the history behind these legendary Pokemon? You don't. You see, long ago in the ancient days of Larimar, these two Pokemon have been in constant conflict with one another. Towartagon, the malignant Pokemon, is a legendary that was born from all malice and hatred in the world. This Pokemon was in constant rage, and no one could stop its dangerous power. That was until Fasutagon appeared and was able to overpower Towartagon's hatred with its purity. Legend states that Towartagon won't rest till it seeks vengeance, while Fasutagon will always be there to protect the Larimar region from its wrath.
Whoa, that sounds really interesting.
I'm impressed that a foreign trainer has such interest in our region. I like that attitude. Well, I must be going now. Best of luck, young trainers. Keep up the great job on your gym challenge, and I hope you learn something new at the library.
President Sterling leaves and Bryan suggests that the three of you check out the library together. However, Luisa declines as she finds history to be really boring.
No offense, but reading some books isn't gonna help you become a champion. Training will. So I'm gonna go ahead to the next gym.
At the library, you learn a bit more about the legendary alignment duo. You learn about their constant battles and how Towartagon keeps on losing to Fasutagon, and how it's rumored that Towartagon lies dormant within a shard. You also learn about another group of legendaries, called the Disaster Trio, that are known to cause natural disasters and how they even caused an incident called the Great Disaster, where they devastated the region all at once. It was a younger President Sterling, who was also a champion at the time, who defeated these three and helped restore the region. Because of his heroic efforts to save and rebuild Larimar, he was allowed to stay as president for many more decades. Next, you make your way to Route 6. The Pokemon available here include Wingull, Shellos, Lotad, Crabrawler, Laridot, and the rare spawn Larimarian Spoink. This is Laridot, the Whiskers Pokemon, a water and flying type with the ability Big Pecs or Hustle and the hidden ability Hydration. Laridot often gather at the edges of bodies of water, watching their evolved form catch fish Pokemon for them to eat. Their whiskers are extremely sensitive and allow them to sense when a rainstorm is coming. You then arrive at Aquamarine City. When you go to the gym, you'll be told that the gym leader isn't available as she's visiting the Whaler Museum. At the museum, you're stopped by Luisa, who's looking to battle you. However, you're interrupted by an explosion. It's Team Prestige who are trying to ruin the museum.
Alright, listen up, tourists. As of this moment, the Whalelord Museum is officially closed.
They approach you and Luisa.
Hey, didn't you hear me? I said scram! We're bringing this whole place down!
You look at Luisa, but she's suddenly frozen in place. She doesn't know what to do and is visibly flustered, so you battle the grunts alone. One after the other, you defeat the grunts until a horde of them come out to gang up on you. But suddenly, a huge wave crashes down to wash away all the Team Prestige grunts, causing them to flee. You were saved by the gym leader.
I hope you two trainers are okay. I'm Poli. I'm the city's gym leader. Oh, Luisa, I had no idea you were one of the ones being attacked. What happened back there? I'm surprised that a trainer with your skill froze up like that. Guess it just goes to show that Team Prestige really are no joke.
I wasn't prepared.
Oh no, please don't feel bad. From what I've heard, they're a seriously dangerous organization. Rumor has it that some people have even gone mysteriously missing because of them. So I don't blame you for not knowing how to handle them. I'm just glad you're safe.
Well, at least they're gone now. I'm gonna go back to focusing on my gym challenge. I should have known coming to this museum was gonna be a waste of time.
That was really impressive how you stood up to those guys back there, kid.
You look at her shirt and something about it seems very familiar.
Ha, this old thing? Don't be alarmed. It's just a memento from my life several years past, one that I've since left behind. It's because of my past that I now know the true harm caused by annoying organizations like that Team Prestige. I'll do anything I can to help take them down. But anyways, enough of that. They're gone now, so feel free to take on my gym challenger. I look forward to facing you.
When you enter the gym, you go down a set of stairs that bring you to an underwater cavern. To reach the gym leader at the end, you'll have to traverse by boat that'll make various stops along the way. And at these stops, you'll have to battle trainers for their boats, which will take you to different locations. Once you reach the end, you'll face the gym leader.
A big congrats to you for making it this far. As I said before, I'm Poli, from the Johto region, gym leader of the illustrious Aquamarine Gym. My water-type Pokemon, masters of both grace and power, have prepared well for this battle. Even though I've cut ties with Team Rocket, I've got plenty of battle experience up my sleeve, so I'm looking forward to this challenge.
You battle Gym Leader Poli. Her team is Larmarian Spoink, Quagsire, Simbit, and Politoed. This is Simbit, the Daruma Pokemon, a water type with the ability Water Absorb or Damp and the hidden ability Super Luck. Simbit are said to be the symbols of good fortune, so being able to capture one is said to be the sign of a bright future. They meditate underwater for up to 2 hours every day in order to strengthen their bodies and minds. You defeat Poli and she says,
"Isn't it amazing how versatile water can be? It can be still and calm, cleansing the deepest of wounds. It can also be rough and turbulent in the eye of a big storm. That being said, your battling deserves a standing ovation. You've earned yourself the Flow Badge." Best of luck with the remainder of your adventure, and when faced with difficult times, be sure to flow wherever your heart takes you.
After you leave the gym, you're then greeted by a mysterious trainer.
Well, hello there. Is that the Flow Badge you've got there? You must be quite the trainer to get past Poli. Larimar gym leaders are no joke, you know.
Oh, Raph, how are you? I didn't think a member of the Elite Four, such as yourself, had the time to come by my gym.
What? Why'd you blow my cover for? I didn't want to reveal that just yet.
Oh, oops, sorry. Just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Whatever. So much for the big reveal I wanted. Well, like she said, my name is Raph. And yes, I am a member of Larimar's Elite Four. I'm sure we'll get the chance to engage in a heated battle someday. But for now, I'd rather like to give you a little gift for being able to beat my friend Poli. Let me see your Rotom phone for a sec. There. I've just added the Surf command to your command app, so you now have the ability to traverse through water.
That's definitely my favorite for obvious reasons. But anyways, Raph, why did you come all this way to see me?
I think we should talk more about this inside the gym. I was sent by Zach to discuss this Team Prestige situation that's been going on recently. As for you, Challenger, there's really no need to worry about this stuff. Just focus on having fun on your gym challenge. I look forward to crossing paths with you again.
With the new Surf command, you can now surf through Route 7. The Pokemon available here include Magikarp, Feebas, Wingull, Cubefish, and the rare spawn Wailmer. This is Cubefish, the Cube Pokemon, a poison and water type with the ability Poison Point or Swift Swim and the hidden ability Merciless. It is highly dangerous to humans. Cubefish have a special organ in its body that allows it to convert water into a poisonous fluid, so it's best to avoid them at all costs. After going south, you'll now return to the Lush Zone through Lush Zone East Swamp, which was previously inaccessible since you couldn't surf. The Pokemon in this area include Spinarak, Simbit, Cubefish, Shellos, Lombre, Progunk, and the rare spawn Toxel. Further down, the Swamp Zone transitions into the Marsh Zone. The Pokemon in this area include Dewpider, Choodle, Simbit, Laridot, Lombre, Wooper, Poliwag, and the rare spawn Sobble. You reach your next destination, Amethyst City. As soon as you arrive, you'll receive a phone call from Professor Reskia, who wants to give you something before you challenge the gym. He'll be waiting for you at the Archaeology Museum, so you head over there, and in front, you run into Bryan, who was also invited by the professor. When you enter the museum, you're surprised to discover that it's full of Team Prestige grunts.
What are these punks doing here?
Wait a minute, isn't he the Galar region kid? How could you associate yourself with a filthy outsider like that?
So what if I'm from Gala? I was invited to be here by the champion, you know. Come on Gonzalo, let's show these guys what we're all about.
You and Bryan battle the Team Prestige grunts. After you defeat them, you'll learn that they're actually here to stop the professor, so you and Bryan split up to find him, and battle the remaining grunts along the way. When you reach the end, you see Professor Reskia being detained by the final two grunts. Bryan shows up just in time, and you battle them together. After defeating them, the grunts reveal that their assignment was to stop the professor from giving out special items from another region.
We don't want any of that outsider stuff in our region. You'll see. You'll regret messing with Team Prestige.
Gonzalo, Bryan, very well done. Thank you for coming to my rescue. If I'm being honest, I could have taken out those grunts myself, but due to all the excitement, I forgot to bring my own Pokemon. How silly of me. But anyways, now I can finally give you your gifts. Here, a keystone for each of you. Professor Sycamore, a colleague of mine from the Kalos region, sent them to me, and you were the first trainers I wanted to give them to. Luisa was supposed to be here as well to get one. Unfortunately, it seems like she's farther ahead and couldn't make it. With these keystones and the correct Megastone, you will now be able to Mega Evolve your Pokemon if your bonds are strong enough. Larimar is actually home to some very unique Mega Evolutions that cannot be found in any other region.
The professor then goes on to explain how after a certain incident in the Kalos region a few years ago, the spread of infinity energy resulted in the emergence of new Megastones. The way to obtain these Megastones is by defeating wild boss Pokemon that are roaming around the Lush Zone. They act similarly to Alpha Pokemon from Legends Arceus. The boss Pokemon you encounter will be holding the corresponding Megastone of its species. At this point in your journey, once you obtain the correct Megastone, you should have access to old Megas like Mega Lucario, Mega Alakazam, Mega Heracross, and Mega Ampharos. While some new Megas include Mega Furret, Mega Crobat, Mega Sandslash, Mega Roserade, Mega Luxray, and Mega Arcanine. Since you're at the Archaeology Museum, you can now use this opportunity to restore the fossils that Trey gave you. If you chose the Tusk fossil, then you will receive Furries, the Ice Age Pokemon, a rock and ice type with the ability Fur Coat or Refrigerate and the hidden ability Sheer Force. Their fur has sheltered them from the cold for eons. Their tusks are very weak, often melting or breaking off whenever they try to find food. And if you chose the Rod fossil, then you will receive Terrabite, the Toothbill Pokemon, a rock and flying type with the ability Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb and the hidden ability Strongjaw. It is believed that this Pokemon actually enjoyed the electricity and the current that went through it. They could not glide anywhere without falling at least twice or thrice. A few more optional things you can do here at Amethyst before taking on the gym include visiting the Amethyst Amphitheater where Pokemon contests are held, or you can also visit the Amethyst Cemetery to battle a few trainers for extra experience as well as encounter the following Pokemon: Sandygast, Esper, Wingull, Drifloon, Radiashroom, and the rare spawn Zorua. This is Radiashroom, the fungus Pokemon, a ghost and poison type with the ability Aftermath or Poison Touch and the hidden ability Cursed Body. These Pokemon glow in the dark and spread tiny, deadly shrooms from their tops. They are usually immobile when around humans, but if given the chance, they will hop on top of them to poison them. When you arrive at the Amethyst Gym, you'll notice that it's actually an abandoned amusement park, being repurposed as a gym. You're immediately greeted by the gym leader as soon as you enter.
Welcome, Challenger. My name is Niall and I'm from the Hoenn region. Before we battle, let's see how you fare against the darkness. Most of my challenges get snuffed out by the darkness, but who knows, maybe you'll be able to find some fun and overcome it.
Niall heads to the back, and you now take on the gym puzzle. The way to do so is by taking different roller coaster carts similar to the Nimbasa gym, and making your way to the correct room. Along the way, you'll battle gym trainers, who are so petty that they'll turn off the lights after you defeat them just to give you a hard time. Luckily, there are other light switches you can turn on along the way. Once you reach the end, you'll come face to face with Niall once again.
Looks like you weren't totally consumed by the darkness after all. That's impressive, Challenger. Now let's see how you do against my team.
You battle Gym Leader Niall. His team is Murkrow, Umbreon, Scornot, and Mega Absol. This is Scornot, the Wily Pokemon, a Dark and Ghost type with the ability Curse Body or Frisk and the hidden ability Moxie. It appears before those who exhibit bad attitudes and behavior and takes them away. They later return but as a shell of their former self. They live in groups deep in the forest. If they sense you're a good person, they'll treat you like royalty. You defeat Niall and he says,
"You have overcome the darkness, but you still have a long way to go if you want to become the very best. Keep fighting and one day you could even give that champion of ours a good challenge. Here you go, you have earned the Shadow Badge."
After defeating Niall, you'll run into Zano, who will give you a safari ticket, the item necessary to take the ferry to the nearby safari zone on Tourmaline Island.
The Safari Zone is where I got my Tropius form. You can even find rare regional variants that were imported from other regions over there as well. It's definitely worth checking out.
Pokemon available at the shore of the Safari Zone include Wingull, Clobopus, Wimpod, Cubefish, Clauncher, Marini, Corsola, Wishiwashi, Galarian Slowpoke, and the rare spawn Dratini. While deeper inside, you'll encounter Rhyhorn, Passimian, Larvesta, Laramarian Trapinch, Laramarian Vibrava, Galarian Farfetch'd, Alolan Executor, Laramarian Tropius, Fluffly, and the rare spawn Laramarian Helioptile. This is Fluffly, the Fluffy Pokemon, a bug and fairy type with the ability Fluffy or Shield Dust and the hidden ability Fur Coat. Their fluffy fur never stops growing, so these Pokemon often have to rub themselves against tree trunks to shorten the amount. Their fur is extremely warm, and is often infused with other materials to create coats and jackets. After leaving Amethyst City, you head to Route 8 and enter the Cave of Wonders. The Pokemon you'll encounter here include Slowpoke, Munna, Cragmite, Kadabra, Noibat, Impidimp, Poliwag, Tynamo, and the rare spawn Monori. This is Monori, the Zen Pokemon, a psychic type with the ability Trace or Synchronize and the hidden ability Telepathy. By achieving Enlightenment, this Pokemon's attack power increases tenfold. Its fluffy tail is made of Mind Fog, which allows it to read people's minds. As you're going through the cave, you're then stopped by Luisa.
Hold it! I just met with Bryan, and he told me about your battle against Team Prestige at the Archaeology Museum. You took them on again? Who do you think you are trying to take on those dangerous criminals? You think you're better than me, don't you? Once I wipe the floor with you, you won't be feeling so high and mighty anymore.
You have your third battle against Luisa. She uses Platypund, Manid, Skitty, and Laramarian Vibrava. This is Manid, the domestic Pokemon, and the evolved form of Meningo, a normal type with the ability Adaptability and the hidden ability Runaway. Manid are highly obedient and will remain loyal to their trainers no matter what they do. They are not comfortable in the wild, so they always choose to stay with people in cities and towns. You defeat Luisa and she says,
I don't understand. How do you keep winning? I'm supposed to be a prodigy, yet I keep losing to someone who's had less time as a Pokemon trainer? Is it because you put yourself in reckless situations like facing Team Prestige? I just don't get it.
You arrive in Quartz City, and before entering the gym, you run into the champion. Hey Gonzalo, it's been a while. One look at you and I can already tell you've gotten a lot stronger. I'm glad you're doing well. What am I doing here? Well, you see, this is actually my hometown. I love coming here from time to time, especially to visit the sports arena. Actually, I think you should check it out yourself, as the gym leader Tyrone went over there on his break. Knowing him, I bet he'll give you an electrifying battle real soon. Oh, sorry, it's from President Starling. I've got an important meeting with him regarding Team Prestige. It seems they're getting really close to figuring out their next attack. I probably shouldn't be telling you this classified information, but I've heard you've been able to deal with them multiple times now. Thanks for that. Anyways, it was great catching up with you. I hope to see you looking even stronger the next time we meet. Zach leaves and then you head over to the sports stadium to challenge the gym leader. After battling a few athletes, Bryan arrives, who's also here to challenge the gym leader. You both go to Tyrone at the same time, however, it seems he's in a heated debate with someone.
I just don't understand your logic. You can only prove to benefit from it, Terrell. I mean, Zach told us, as leaders, we can utilize all different forms of battle to give our foes a legit challenge. So why, in the name of Arceus, I ask, why aren't you gonna use it?
Is it really that hard to figure out? Because I don't want to, Tyrone. Mega Evolution isn't the only way to show off strength. I want to show off my Pokemon's power at their base level. I'm not required to use every item if I don't want to.
You're always like this. You got nothing, and I mean nothing, to lose by Mega Evolution. It's like an extra buff for your best Pokemon. I literally see zero downside.
You forget about honor, pride, confidence in one's ability. All the nights Heracross and I stayed up working and increasing his attack. Finally mastering close combat in the dawn of a new day and sharing that feeling of accomplishment because you both know the work you put in to make it happen. I won't cheapen his hard work by using some silly Mega Evolution stone.
Took you a day to learn close combat? It doesn't justify not letting your Pokemon get even stronger. Nothing complements a Pokemon's strength more than letting it transform into its true most powerful form. Hey, these two trainers can vouch for me, right? Whoa. Wait a minute. Are you gym challengers? Crap.
You got so caught up in trying to prove a point that you forgot you had some challenges again, didn't you?
You got so caught up. Shut up. Listen, Terrell. It's your opinion, and it's neither here nor right. But I'm saying, once you transform your Pokemon to its true level of power, you can become unstoppable. Here, I can prove it. You two, duke it out. I assume at least one of you can Mega Evolve your Pokemon by this point, right? The winner will fight me first. Then, Terrell, you'll see the strategy, power, and accessory of Mega Evolution. I say accessory because the cool part about Mega Keystones, you can put them wherever you want. I got mine on my hat, so once I turn it backwards, it's time to Mega Evolve.
Lame as hell. You know, if you have to use challenges to prove your point, it probably wasn't a strong argument to begin with.
You're lame as hell. Shut up.
You have your fourth battle against Bryan. He uses Saburn, Corvile, Lucario, and Drizzile. You defeat Bryan and he says,
"Man, I lost to you again. Maybe things would have been different if I Mega Evolved my Lucario, but I haven't found a Lucario just yet, or a Mega Stone for that matter. I need to work on getting one."
You see this, Terrell? You see this right here? This is a situation where having a Mega is the most beneficial.
I'm still looking, I don't see it. Besides, we already discussed this, and there's no need to go any further. I'll tell you what, trainer, once you're done beating Tyrone, like I know you will, I'll give you a real challenge without you relying on some fancy gimmick.
Hey, it's not like my gym will be a walk in the park either. I'll see you there, challenger.
At the gym, each trainer will be defending an antenna station. Once you beat them, you can change the frequency of the antenna station to match the main one. Some of them are fakes, however, and don't have a matching frequency. Once you match all the correct antennas to the main one, it will activate the platform leading you to the gym leader.
So, you finally made it, challenger. Welcome to my gym. I'm Tyrone from the Kalos region. Back when I trained at the Lumiose gym, the gym leader Clement stated that the best strategy is one that complements your Pokemon's true potential. It's thanks to that advice that I was able to surpass him, and I've become one of the best electric type users. Get ready, cause I ain't no pushover.
You battle gym leader Tyrone. His team is Dedenne, Larimar and Heliolisk, Ampios, and Mega Vikavolt. This is Ampios, the Voltage Pokemon, an electric type with the ability Lightning Rod and the hidden ability Volt Absorb. It is said to reside near power plants. With this large shell, it can generate enough electricity to supply power to an entire city. You defeat Tyrone and he says,
"Well, I gave it all I got and that's all that matters. Congrats, challenger. I was really impressed with your skills. Hopefully, we can battle again someday, so I can show you even more of my Pokemon's true potential. Here's your reward for winning. You've earned the antenna badge."
Next, you head to Route 9, aka the Cycling Road, which is connected to Quartz City's Join Avenue. Here you can check out the various shops Join Avenue has to offer, including the bike shop. If you visit enough times, you'll eventually be able to buy some of the older Megastones you wouldn't be able to obtain through boss Pokemon. The Pokemon in Route 9 include Corvile, Squavit, Yamper, Scraggy, Trubbish, Girder, Larimar and Patrat, Dingrowl, and the rare spawn of Nezumika. This is Dingrowl, the wild dog Pokemon, and the evolved form of Meningo, a normal type with the ability Runaway or Rivalry and the hidden ability Moody. Very few humans are able to catch these Pokemon. If it senses a human, it will immediately try to attack them due to its hatred of them. You arrive at the east side of Ametrine City, which was previously unavailable due to the connecting train being out of order. You see Luisa at the front of the gym, who's upset because the gym leader still isn't available. Since you can't challenge the gym, you go take the train that'll take you to the west side of Ametrine. However, right before you get on, all the power in the city goes out. After talking to some of the NPCs around the city, you get the hint that something might be wrong at the Ametrine power plant. So you head over there to resolve the issue. When you arrive, there are 2 Team Prestige grunts blocking the entrance. Just then, Bryan arrives to help you defeat them. After the 2 grunts flee, Luisa arrives as well. She's surprised and upset to see you take on Team Prestige again, but eventually decides to help you defeat them.
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm only doing this to prove my strength to you two once and for all. If fighting these guys is what makes you so good, then I'll just have to defeat 100 of these goons myself. That'll show you that I really am worthy of being the strongest trainer in Larimar. You aren't better than me, and you never will be.
Luisa and Bryan go ahead into the Ametrine power plant. Pokemon you can encounter here include Mousepine, Armorat, Clink, Magnemite, Electabuzz, Coughing, Dedenne, Rotom, and the rare spawn Ampios. This is Armorat, the spiky armor Pokemon and the evolved form of Mousepine, a normal and steel type with the ability Iron Barbs and Battle Armor and the hidden ability Weak Armor. It extends the spikes on its body during battle, wanting to make sure that even if it gets hurt, its opponent do not get away unscathed. You go through the power plants and battle your way through a number of Team Prestige grunts. When you reach the end, you see Luisa, who was just defeated by a horde of grunts. Luckily, you and Bryan step in to help out.
Looks like we got a Larimar outsider here. Time to teach this trash a lesson.
You know what? I'm getting real tired of you Team Prestige thugs saying nasty things just because I'm from Gala. Why is that?
It's not just cause you're from Galar, kid. Kanto, Sinnoh, Unova, we hate all outsiders. You filthy trainers are ruining this region, and we're gonna make sure you all pay for setting foot in our home.
How are we ruining Larimar? The champion himself opened the Pokemon League to regions around the world. We've done nothing wrong.
Shut up! You wouldn't understand us. You're trash, kid, and you outsiders are always gonna be trash. Now it's time to send you packing.
Your little buddy over there too. Any Larimar trainer willing to defend a filthy outsider is just as bad in our book.
You and Bryan battle together to defeat the Team Prestige grunts.
Hahaha! You might have beaten us, but it's too late for you dumb kids. This is what happens when you mess with Team Prestige.
Just then, even more Team Prestige grunts come from behind, trapping you, Bryan, and Luisa. The Team Prestige grunts are taken out. It's Zach along with Tyrone.
So this is the Team Prestige I've heard about. You do know this place is run by me, right? What? You didn't think I'd find out what happened right away?
Darn, it's the gym leader and the champion.
Hey guys, are you alright? Thanks for holding them off as long as you did. You can leave this to me and Tyrone now. He'll have the power back on in no time. We'll catch up once we're done here. You leave the power plants and return to Ametrine City.
That Team Prestige, they're the worst. Treating foreign trainers like they're trash. That's unforgivable. I don't get where the hate comes from. I came to this region to prove my strength is all, to become the next Gala champion. I mean Larimar champion. Sorry. You see, the truth is, I never got endorsement when I was in Gala. I couldn't compete in the gym challenge no matter how much I wanted it. I thought my dreams of becoming a champion were never going to come true. That was until Zach invited me to this region to take on the Larimar League. He gave me a second chance. That's why Team Prestige's comments rubbed me the wrong way. So what if I'm not from this region? Larimar has given me this amazing opportunity. That's all that really matters at the end of the day.
I never knew that, Bryan, about you or Team Prestige's true nature. I just thought they were some thugs we should stay away from. But to see how they treated you, it's terrible. And to make things worse, I couldn't even help in that situation. I was useless once again. So much for the Spineltown prodigy, am I right?
Your rivals go their separate ways, but shortly after you notice some shady activity by the Ametrine fortress. You go there and discover even more Team Prestige grunts. You take them on one by one alone, and at the end of the fortress, you find the Team Prestige admin.
Oh, what's this? Someone managed to actually find me. How amusing. It's been a while since someone's been able to catch a Team Prestige admin red-handed. I'm Team Prestige's wildest and rowdiest admin, Carnelian. You see, our plan was to distract everyone by shutting off the power to the city. That way we could sneak into this fortress without a hitch, but you found us. Bravo! You're too late, however, haha, as we already got what we came for. But seeing as you were smart enough to figure out our true plan, I'll honor you with an absolute thrashing brought to you by yours truly.
You battle Admin Carnelian. He uses Golbat, Wolverd, Houndoom, and Flareus. This is Wolverd, the vicious Pokemon, and the evolved form of Shreverine, a dark type with the ability Tough Claws or Thick Fat and the hidden ability Moxie. With its razor-sharp claws and teeth, it tears its prey to shreds. They are extremely stubborn, never backing down from a fight, no matter the size of the opponent. And this is Flareus, the Envy Pokemon, a fire and poison type with the ability Anger Point or Flame Body and the hidden ability Poison Touch. It has a deep-seated hatred for Pygmalion, and will immediately attempt to attack it if given the opportunity. It becomes full of rage when it sees someone with something that it or its trainer doesn't have, attacking with its toxin-filled flames. You defeat Admin Carnelian.
No way! I actually lost to some punky kid? I'd say let's go another round, but I've been here long enough. The boss is waiting for me back at HQ.
Team Prestige leaves. Shortly after, someone enters.
Hold up, was that a Team Prestige admin I just saw there? Some too late, huh? You're quite the strong trainer though if you were able to survive an encounter with one of them. Good job! I'm John, one of Larimar's Elite Four. Wait, hold on, did Team Prestige get away with the Sacred Shard? So that was their true goal after all. Come on, trainer, we should meet up with the champion.
You and John head outside and reunite with Zach, who's also accompanied by Looker of the International Police.
Pleasure to meet you, Gonzalo. It seems Team Prestige has taken advantage of the fact that this city's gym leader has been absent for a while. You see, he's actually been away because he has been assisting me with my investigation into this evil organization. They are very dangerous and mysterious. No one has even been able to get a good look at them. However, there has been an increase in their sightings since the start of the gym challenge, which is concerning. We weren't sure what they were up to, but now that they've stolen the Sacred Shard, it has become much too clear.
Tuardagon, the legendary Pokemon born of hatred, is said to slumber within the Sacred Shard. If that's Team Prestige's true objective, then there's no doubt they must be planning on awakening it. And if that happens, Larimar is in real danger. As the conversation continues, Zach explains how he didn't want to cause alarm, so he only wanted the gym leaders and Elite Four to get involved. But because of your multiple encounters with Team Prestige, Looker might end up needing your assistance if this trouble continues. For now, you're advised to continue your gym challenge until further notice. As you're about to leave Ametrine City, you're greeted by John once again. He adds the Strength command to your command app, which will now give you the ability to push large boulders that are in your way. You return to the Lush Zone, but now you're strong enough to take on some of Lush Zone West. This area is the Rocky Zone. Pokemon available here include Houndoom, Emolga, Noctowl, Pancham, Pinsir, Greedent, Honeygr, and the rare spawn Axew. This is Honeygr, the Honey Pokemon, and the evolved form of Stick-Cute, a normal and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sticky Hold and the hidden ability Honey Gather. A Honeygr scratch can cause headaches and nausea due to the content of the honey it produces. To the left of the Rocky Zone is the Temperate Zone, and the Pokemon available here include Applin, Honeygr, Braviary, Roselia, Swablu, Jigglypuff, Munchlax, and the rare spawn Dracord. This is Dracord, the Dance Pokemon, a dragon and fighting type with the ability Dancer or Mold Breaker and the hidden ability No Guard. In battle, they use their dance moves to the fullest, dodging multiple attacks and even showboating a bit before landing a blow to their opponent's weak point. And above the Temperate and Rocky Zone is the Mountain Zone, which also serves as the base to Mount Lazuli. However, you won't be able to scale further atop the mountain or even go beyond the Temperate Zone without the rock climbing command. The Pokemon available here include Meditite, Sneasel, Clefairy, Graveler, Saucebuck, Beware, Moncold, and the rare spawn Bagon. This is Moncold, the Snowball Pokemon, an ice type with the ability Refrigerate or Snow Cloak and the hidden ability Snow Warning. They move faster when rolling than walking. As it rolls, it collects snow in its fur, causing it to slowly grow larger. They sleep very close together, blending into the snowy environment in which they live. You make your way back to Jade Town, but now go west to Route 10, which you can now progress through thanks to your Strength command. The Pokemon you'll encounter here include Dingrowl, Corvile, Skidoo, Luxio, Ruffled, Buffalant, and the rare spawn Jangmo-O. You arrive at Topaz City, and while on your way to the gym, you bump into President Sterling.
Oh, well, if it isn't Gonzalo, you're on your way to challenge the Topaz gym? My, you've been progressing through your gym challenge rather nicely, it seems. And I hear from Zach that you even helped with driving Team Prestige out of Ametrine City. You really are a special boy. You definitely have what it takes to become a very influential champion that could change the world someday. Never give up on your goals, mijo. Oh, me? I just finished a business meeting at the Sterling Monument. If I'm being honest, I'm rather embarrassed about the name though. But the region's people insisted on naming it after me many decades ago. How could I resist? This is my hometown after all. Maybe I could show you around someday. Hopefully I'll have the free time for that once this Team Prestige situation is resolved. For now, how about I give you this instead?
President Sterling adds the fly command to your command app, now giving you the ability to fly to any previous location. You get to the gym, and right before you enter, you receive a strange phone call from Bryan that loses connection immediately. You shrug it off and continue into the gym. When you enter, you see a long escalator. You then hear Terrell's voice.
Looks like you were able to surpass Tyrone. I hope you're ready for a real challenge now that you're here. To begin, take the escalator. In order to reach the top, you'll need the most important thing, and that is to take the first step.
You take the escalator, which leads you to the second level, where there's a large set of steps with trainers waiting for you along the way.
Time for you to face my gym trainers. That first trial might have been easy, but it only gets tougher from here.
You go up the stairs and battle your way through the trainers. You reach the third level, and now it starts to rain.
Can you fight even through the toughest of storms? Remember, Challenger, the road to the top never gets any easier.
You continue to climb the steps and defeat the gym trainers. You reach the fourth level where the stairs split into multiple directions. The rain has stopped, but now the gym is covered in a thick fog, making it hard to see where the stairs lead.
Impressive, but you're not quite there yet. Can you truly move forward through uncertainty? This is your final test, trainer. It's time to see it through.
You find the right staircase and climb your way to the end while defeating the final round of gym trainers. At the top, Terrell awaits your challenge.
Well, trainer, you actually did it. Now that you're here, I can properly introduce myself. My name's Terrell. Although I'm from the Horn region, I went to Unova for a while to train under Master Marshall of the Elite Four. The most important thing I learned over there was self-improvement. Marshall said to try to best the previous version of yourself. I love that mantra, which is why I'll never use a Mega Stone. I came from nothing, you know. All my power I had to earn through hard work along with my Pokemon. And now I'll show you what true power is all about.
You battle Gym Leader Terrell. His team is Medicham, Pangoro, Larmarian Persian, Magistrut, and Heracross. This is Magistrut, the dance Pokemon, and the evolved form of Dracord, a dragon and fighting type with the ability Dancer or Mold Breaker and the hidden ability No Guard. Magistrut travel in groups of 5 at all times, practicing their dancing and battling techniques. Their dances are said to be linked to a legendary Pokemon that was last seen centuries ago. You defeat Terrell, and he says,
Now that's what I'm talking about. You gave it your all, and so did I. It took a lot of guts to challenge my gym, and even pull out the strength to surpass me, which is exactly why you deserve this badge. The Guts Badge!
You leave the gym, and then suddenly...
There he is! Get him!
Without warning, you're ambushed by a horde of Team Prestige grunts.
You've messed with us for the last time. We're gonna take you down for good.
You battle the Team Prestige grunt. What makes this battle a bit more difficult is that you haven't yet healed from your battle with Terrell, putting you at a disadvantage. You do win, however. Another grunt is ready to attack you as well, but then Luisa shows up to help you, and says that she's not gonna let Team Prestige do any more harm. Suddenly, the grunts are taken out by a twister. They flee because of this.
Those grunts really thought they were slick. Luckily, I was able to reach you just in time, Gonzalo.
Who are you? And how do you know Gonzalo?
That's because he's with me. This is Taso, and he's the gym leader of Ametrine City.
What the heck is all this commotion I'm hearing outside my gym? Oh, it's you, Taso. And the International Police?
Yo, what's up, Terrell? It's been a while. Sorry for the disturbance, but it's kind of urgent. It's Team Prestige. They've been making some dangerous moves lately, and it looks like something big is about to happen.
Taso goes on to explain that he's been helping Looker investigate the case of the missing Pokemon trainers. Team Prestige has been ambushing trainers just like they did to you, and taking them away without anyone noticing. Their primary targets have been trainers from other regions, but it's speculated that they went after you just now because you've gotten in their way multiple times.
We wouldn't be asking you children to get involved in such a serious dilemma. However, it seems you become a prime target of Team Prestige. To make things worse, we believe your friend Bryan was their latest victim.
Looker reveals that he's been trying to reach Bryan, but he hasn't been seen since the Ametrine incident, and suddenly his disconnected call right before your gym battle starts to make sense.
That's why I'm here. I believe I finally pinpointed Team Prestige's hideout. After doing some digging, it seems Team Prestige has been spotted multiple times at Citrine City. Interestingly enough though, these are the only Team Prestige sightings that haven't reported any bad incidents. It's very suspicious if you ask me. So you know what? It's time for action. I cannot allow this to continue. I'll make sure to make this region a positive place for all Pokemon and trainers.
Looker explains that he will inform Zack and the president of this information. Terrell will stay behind to make sure there aren't any lingering grunts. Meanwhile, you and Taso will be the ones to take charge on this rescue mission. He'll be waiting for you at the end of Route 11. Just before you leave, however, Luisa stops to talk to you.
After the incident at the power plant, I feel like my eyes were finally opened. I was so blind and foolish. I was so focused on myself and my own goals that I didn't even know what was truly going on. Seeing how Bryan was treated made me sick to my stomach, and now hearing that they might have gotten him makes me feel even worse. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if I was a better friend to you two. Instead of always trying to prove I was better, I should have stuck by you two more and worked on getting stronger together. That's why I didn't hesitate to protect you just now. I didn't do it for me this time. I did it because I won't let Team Prestige hurt anyone else due to my ignorance ever again. That's why I'm going to help you and Taso rescue Bryan and the other trainers. Let's do this, Gonzalo!
Alright, before continuing, now is about the time your starters should reach their final evolutions, so let's see what they turn into. Ninda evolves into Pandolin, the Shaolin Pokemon, a grass and fighting type with the ability Overgrow and the hidden ability No Guard. Its bamboo stalk is its most prized possession. If it's damaged, it flies into a rage until it gets a new one. Its skills with its stalk is unmatched. It is able to single-handedly take down 6 opponents at once with little effort. Sabern evolves into Blazabre, a fire and dark type with the ability Blaze and the hidden ability Flash Fire. Extremely aggressive and temperamental, it takes an extremely talented trainer to successfully gain its trust. Their saliva is very hot, as are their large teeth, so a bite from it can cause severe burns in an instant. And Platypund evolves into Platigue, the Deep Freeze Pokemon, a water and ice type with the ability Torrent and the hidden ability Ice Body. This Pokemon can freeze an entire pond with one touch. Its entire body is covered in a substance that allows it to live in very frigid conditions. Now you head to Route 11, and it's full of waterfalls. You climb them by using your Surf command. The Pokemon available here include Corvile, Absol, Simbit, Poliwhirl, Choodle, Vullaby, Pancham, and the rare spawn Fortune. This is Fortune, the martial arts Pokemon, a fighting and psychic type with the ability Inner Focus or Synchronize and the hidden ability Healer. It meditates for up to 12 hours a day, making sure that its core is at its brightest. Its strength is connected to its core. The brighter its core, the stronger its attacks. You reunite with Taso and Luisa, and together you enter Citrine City, and immediately there's a suspicious vibe to it. Taso believes that the best place for Team Prestige to hide is the Citrine Fortress. However, the entrance is locked, so Taso suggests that the three of you split up and search for the key around the city. When you talk to the NPCs, most of them will just say how much they love this city, and how they never had any troubles. That is until you enter the unfinished Pokemon World Tournament facility. Inside, there's a group of Team Prestige grunts that are just lounging around, and you overhear their conversation. Turns out, the whole city is under their control, and all the citizens are imposters in disguise. You're then noticed by them.
Wait a minute, how'd this kid get in here?
Oh no, he knows too much.
You battle the Team Prestige grunts. After defeating them, you gain the fortress key. However, the grunts have sent a warning signal to the others. When you go outside, all the citizens remove their disguises. You have to battle them in order to reach the Citrine Fortress. Luckily, Taso and Luisa will step in to battle a few to give you a chance to keep going. You use the fortress key to enter Citrine Fortress, and Luisa follows right behind.
Taso's holding off the outside grunts and sent me to back you up. Something tells me we're gonna be dealing with a lot more over here.
From this point onward, you and Luisa will battle together, and she'll heal your Pokemon after every battle. Aside from battling Team Prestige, the Citrine Fortress also has wild Pokemon for you to encounter. These include Mousespine, Armorat, Corvile, Honedge, Pawniard, Phalanx, Noibat, Gruntat, and the rare spawn Scribble. This is Gruntat, the Royal Air Pokemon. a ground type with the ability Guts or Sand Rush and the hidden ability Moody. Grunt type are known to be very difficult to deal with, acting out due to the death of their father. It has an intense rivalry with Flareus. As soon as their eyes meet, a fight erupts. And this is Scribble, the Scroll Pokemon, a ghost type with the ability Cursed Body and the hidden ability Aftermath. It came to be when cursed characters were inscribed onto a piece of paper. It is said that those who are able to decipher what's written on its body are spirited away. You reach the chamber where all the kidnapped trainers are being held, but the door is locked. Taso then arrives with some information he's gathered, revealing that you have to find the controls that will free them. He suggests the three of you split up in order to have a better chance of finding it. After battling a few more grunts, you're given clues that will lead you to the admin's control room.
So you must be the little trainer who was able to take down Carnelian. It seems you weren't just all talk after all. What's that? You want to free all the trainers? As if I'll ever let that happen. Those are my little prisoners in there, and there's no way I'm just gonna let some random kid let them loose in our region again. But I'll tell you what, I'll humor it. If you somehow manage to defeat me, I'll let you free everyone. But if you lose, then you'll become my next little victim.
You battle Admin Ruri. She uses Golbat, Lightbird, Finsive, and Apateel. This is Finsive, the fish Pokemon, and the evolved form of Cubefish, a poison and water type with the ability Poison Point or Swift Swim and the hidden ability Merciless. Its body is covered in a toxic film, deterring would-be predators from eating it. If you end up hooking a Finsive while fishing, you'll have to thoroughly sanitize the hook later on, as the toxic fluid that it produces will linger and immediately poison any Pokemon that it's come in contact with. And this is Apateel, the Big Eater Pokemon, a water type with the ability Strong Jaw or Swift Swim and the hidden ability Gluttony. Apateel hardly ever stop eating and will attempt to eat things much larger than itself. It is easily able to bite through the shells and homes of any Pokemon. You defeat Ruri and she says,
I should be more frustrated, but luckily you've caught me in a good mood. Our little dance here bought the boss more time to prepare for our big plan, so my loss here means nothing. Enjoy your freedom while it lasts, kid.
Ruri escapes, but you now have access to the controls, allowing you to free all the captured trainers. You go back down to the chambers where you see Bryan along with Taso, Luisa, and all the other freed trainers. You then go outside and meet with Zach, President Sterling, and Looker, who just arrived.
I am in disbelief. This fortress was created in ancient times as a prison for Tuartagan, not a prison for trainers. I'm horrified. Everyone, please forgive me for letting it get this far. I am a terrible president, and I should be doing much better at apprehending those traitors.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Mr. President. We've been at this Team Prestige case for a long time, and we know how tricky they can be. They always seem to be one step ahead of us, but that changes now. I got all the gym leaders on high alert, so it's gonna be much easier to catch them now that they're on the run.
That's right. With their hideout blown, they are more likely to slip up, and when they do, we'll be the first to know and act on it.
Looker thanks you for all that you've done, and says that he'll send someone to reach out if he needs your help again. Zach decides to stay in Citrine for the time being to help the citizens readjust, but recommends you take on the next gym to get even stronger. So does Taso, who expresses how impressed he is with you and how he can't wait to face you. After they leave, you have a talk with Bryan and Luisa.
Thank you for saving me. I was on my way to Topaz's gym when I was suddenly ambushed by Team Prestige and brought here. Those guys are really the worst. I hate that I'm not strong enough to beat them yet, but I'll work on that for sure.
No, Bryan. I'm the one who wasn't strong enough. I let my ego and ignorance blind me, so I wasn't there for you guys the way I should have been. From now on, let's get stronger together and show that Team Prestige who's the boss next time.
You take the Citrine tramway in order to leave the city and enter Route 12. The Pokemon you encounter here include Corvile, Gogoat, Snover, Graveler, Snorlax, Drampa, and the rare spawn of Mayflannel. This is Mayflannel, the armor Pokemon, a steel type with the ability Iron Barbs or Sturdy and the hidden ability Heat Proof. Its tail is small and sturdy when it's first born, but it slowly grows as it ages. They swing their tails against walls in order to knock out stones to eat. About halfway through the route, you'll be stopped by Luisa.
After saving Bryan and the other trainers, I'm feeling much better, but we still got a long way to go before we're done with Team Prestige. I've honestly learned a lot, and I'm ready to just be better. Not just for me, not just for my Pokemon, but for everyone. First though, I want you to battle me. I need to know how I stack up against you right now.
You have your fourth battle against Luisa. She uses Platigoo, Maynard, Larimarian Delcatty, Larimarian Vibrava, and Scrafty. You defeat her and she says,
As I suspected, you're just better than me, plain and simple. But you won't be ahead for that long, I promise you that. I'll make sure we're equal. That way, we'll both be able to pull our own weight against Team Prestige. Gonzalo, let's do what Taso said and be a positive change for this region.
You arrive at Barrel City and headed to the gym when you suddenly bump into a trainer on his way out.
Sorry about that. This gym is insane. They weren't kidding when they said Larimar's gyms only get tougher and tougher. The gym leader wiped the floor with me. Are you planning on taking on him even after I said all that? Huh, you got guts, kid. Let me test your strength and see if you're ready.
You battle this unknown trainer. His only Pokemon is Infernape. You defeat him and he says,
Alright, you've got some skill. Maybe you can take on this gym. Well, good luck then, trainer. You're gonna need it.
You enter the gym. The puzzle here takes inspiration from Galar's Glimwood Tangle. It's a forest maze with lots of giant mushrooms. Some of them glow when you touch them, revealing the path, while others need to be touched to make them move out of your way. You reach the end and meet the gym leader.
Hey yo, welcome to my gym, peasants! My name is Ruffled, and I'm from the Kanto region. I'm totally garbage at battling because I like fungi Pokemon, so don't waste your time and just take my badge. Psych! I won't be that easy, kid! I'm the kind of trainer that doesn't play by the rules, so get ready for a challenge. It's time to duel.
You battle Gym Leader Ruffled. His team is Larmarian Breloom, Venusaur, Toxiglow, and Mega Parasect. This is Larmarian Breloom, the Toxic Shroom Pokemon, a poison and fighting type with the ability Effect Spore or Poison Touch and the hidden ability Technician. Absorbing the toxic plants of Larimar helped this Pokemon become a poison type. Its jabs are extremely dangerous and can inject venom into their opponents within seconds. And this is Toxiglow, the fungus Pokemon and the evolved form of Radius Shroom, a ghost and poison type with the ability Aftermath or Poison Touch and the hidden ability Cursed Body. The mushrooms on its back are extremely toxic, and eating them will result in immediate death. They often bury themselves underground and stay there, only letting their mushrooms be seen. You defeat Ruffled, and he says,
Welp, who would have thought my beautiful fungi could get beat? It's not yet over though, kid. You still got one more gym to go, and something tells me that'll be a better challenge than me. But anyways, you seem like a fun guy, so take this, the fungi badge. Get it? So, Jaleel, how'd he do?
He passed with flying colors, just as Zach said.
It's the trainer you battled before the gym.
Hey trainer, we meet again.
Kid, this is Jaleel of the Elite Four. Zach sent him here to evaluate your gym battle.
Sorry about that little charade earlier, but we needed to see if you were truly ready to be a part of this next mission we're about to take on. You see, trainer, it seems like Team Prestige's next plan is to capture the legendary Disaster Trio. If they get their hands on them, it means nothing but the worst for Larimar. That's why you were evaluated. Zach and Looker want you to help us once again against Team Prestige.
Jaleel then explains how Team Prestige were recently spotted near Lake Tanzanite, so they might be trying to get the legendary Typho. He'll be waiting for you at the Lush Zone's lake to team up with you. You re-enter Lush Zone West through the Taiga Zone. The Pokemon that can be found here include Corvile, Lickitung, West Sea Shellos and Gastrodon, Wisdom, Dreadnought, Greedent, Vigoroth, Seal, and the rare spawn Dracops. This is Wisdom, the fairy Pokemon, and the evolved form of Samith, a fairy type with the ability Quick Feet or Cute Charm and the hidden ability Skill Link. It uses its curls to read the emotions of other people and Pokemon. They were imported to Larimar from another region due to the destruction of their habitat. And this is Dracops, the Growth Pokemon, a dragon and grass type with the ability Grassy Surge or Leaf Guard and the hidden ability Filter. Its existence was once thought to be a myth due to its rarity. Dracops sleeps for most of the day, only waking up to feed, before falling back asleep. You keep going south and reach the Lake Zone, home to Lake Tanzanite. The Pokemon that can be found here include Simbit, Cramorant, Aracuda, Roselia, Finsiv, Horsey, West Sea Gastrodon, and the rare spawn Larmarian Lapras. At the base of the lake, you meet Jaleel once again, who informs you that Team Prestige have been seen going towards the center of the lake. You battle them together. After defeating them, they say,
Ha! You're too late! We've already got our hands on the legendary Pokemon of the lake, and we should be getting the other two Pokemon pretty soon as well.
You should have seen it. It was beautiful.
But you know what's even more beautiful? The Larimar region once we drive out all you filthy outsiders.
Looks like we couldn't make it in time, trainer. Man, does this suck. The legendary Pokemon Typho has the ability to summon devastating storms. With that kind of power on their side, Team Prestige has become even more dangerous. Not to mention they already have the Sacred Shard of Tawardagun. But seeing as how there aren't any storms yet, has me thinking that they're probably waiting to get their hands on the remaining 2 legendaries before they do anything. Looks like your strength will still come in handy. Head further south to Morganite Island. It's the closest location to the next legendary Pokemon. Raph is actually there as well, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind the backup. I'll stay here and clean up this mess.
You head further down into the desert zone. The Pokemon that can be found here include Dingrowl, Krokorok, Darumaka, Cacturne, Silicobra, Sandslash, and the rare spawn Larimarian Helioptile. From here you also have access to the Arid Zone. The encounters here include Mousespine, Murkrow, Phantump, Cacturne, Pinsir, Mandibuzz, Wolverd, and the rare spawn Scornot. You now enter Jasper Town. It's here where you run into Bryan once again.
I finally found you, Gonzalo. Zach told me about what's going on, about how you're hoping to stop Team Prestige's plan. I wish I could join you, but I'm simply not strong enough yet. The Citrian Fortress incident really set me back on my journey. But still, I need to catch up to you. I may not be able to help much right now, but I'm hoping by battling you, we can both get some experience.
You have your 5th battle against Bryan. He uses Blazibrae, Prowell, Inteleon, Lucario, and Fracture. This is Prowell, the melee Pokemon and the evolved form of Corvile, a fighting and flying type with the ability Inner Focus or Regenerator and the hidden ability Scrappy. Once a Prowell begins to fight, it will never stop until its opponent stops moving. It determines if it's going against a worthy opponent by peering into their eyes. You defeat Bryan and he says,
"Give it your best, Gonzalo. I promise the next time we meet, I'll be much different. I still haven't given up on my dream of becoming champion. This is just a minor setback. I'll be sure to become a champion everyone respects. A champion that will continue to bring good like Zach and the rest of the gym leaders."
You leave Jasper Town and surf through Route 13. Pokemon you can encounter here include Magikarp, Bibbon, Finsiv, Relicanth, and the rare spawn Delmise. This is Bibbon, the big eater Pokemon and the pre-evolution of Apatile, a water and dark type with the ability Strong Jaw or Swift Swim and the hidden ability Gluttony. The large sac underneath its body is actually its stomach, which can stretch up to 20 times its normal size. It can and will eat anything that it comes across. However, the more it eats, the slower it gets. After battling some swimmers, you reach Morganite Island, and upon arrival, you'll see a couple of already defeated Team Prestige grunts, as well as Raph standing in front of the cave entrance.
Oh, it's you again. Your name was Gonzalo, right? Who would have thought we'd meet again like this? Looks like you've proven to be quite the ally in our fight against Team Prestige. Well, you made it just in time as I was about to go into the cave to stop them from getting the legendary Pokemon Jashuta. Whoa, are you alright? Looks like things are getting a little wild in there. Let's get going.
You and Raph enter Morganite Cave. The Pokemon you encounter here include Golbat, Boldore, Vibrini, Drillbur, Loudred, Onyx, Druddigon, Vermilith, and the rare spawn Miniron. This is Vibrini, the lizard Pokemon, a rock and electric type with the ability Flash Fire or Volt Absorb and the hidden ability Rockhead. Their eyes allow them to see even when there's no light. It is always on alert. If something tries to attack it, it immediately produces a shockwave to paralyze it. This is Vermilith, the toxic stone Pokemon and the evolved form of Cinnabite, a rock and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sturdy and the hidden ability Rockhead. Toxic crystals grow over their eyes, rendering it blind. It uses the crystals on its back to determine where it needs to go. And this is Miniron, the armor Pokemon, a steel type with the ability Battle Armor or Heat Proof and the hidden ability Gluttony. Its diet mainly consists of any and all metals that it is able to find. The armor covering its body is able to shield it from fire type attacks. You and Raph battle your way through Team Prestige grunts as you go deeper within the cave. As you get closer to the end, the tremors get stronger and stronger, until suddenly the walls give out. Rocks come falling down and separate you and Raph. You run into more Team Prestige grunts and are forced to battle them. When you defeat the final grunt, he'll say,
"You might have beaten us, but I doubt you'll be so lucky against the boss. He's right up ahead, but you aren't really that stupid to take him on alone, are you? Just face it, we've already won."
You go ahead and enter the final room, where you see a man standing in front of a large Pokemon being taken away.
What's this? Ah, it's you. You're the famous child that's been foiling our plans. I was wondering when I'd get the chance to finally meet you. I'm surprised you weren't crushed by the power of Jishta's earthquakes. Yes, those powerful tremors you've been feeling were from Jishta, who was trying to resist us. However, as you just witnessed, it is now under our possession. Now you could go after it and try to free it, but I won't give you the chance. As the one who leads Team Prestige, I just think we'll put an end to this nuisance once and for all. This is for our beautiful Larimar.
You battle Team Prestige Jacinth. He uses Crobat, Larimarian Watchog, Crocodile, and Pygmalion. This is Pygmalion, the royal Pokemon, and the evolved form of Gruntat, a ghost and ground type with the ability Cursed Body and the hidden ability Frisk. They reside around abandoned castles, as they are said to be the spirits of old kings. It is said that staring into their blue eyes paralyzes you for hours, leaving you as still as a statue. You defeat Jacinth, and he says,
"Wow, I am impressed. To think that a mere child possesses all that talent. In another life, I could easily see you being a part of Team Prestige. It's a shame that a trainer born and raised in Larimar cannot understand our true vision. But then again, you are just a child. No matter. This battle gave my men just enough time to flee with the legendary Jishta. Soon the outsiders of this region will know the true wrath of Larimar, and they'll never want to set foot in our home ever again."
Jacinth leaves.
Gonzalo, you're okay. I'm sorry I couldn't back you up there. Those earthquakes really screwed things up. Anyways, we can't just stay down here. Let's get out and regroup.
You and Raph get out of the cave and reunite with Jaleel. He says that he just got word from Zack that the legendary of Mount Zekron has also been taken. Because of this, Zack and President Sterling have called an emergency meeting with the Elite Four at the Pokemon League to discuss what to do next. Jaleel suggests you go earn your final gym badge as quickly as possible, as things are getting dire and they'll need you to be as strong as you can be.
I know things didn't go according to plan, but thanks for your help nonetheless. Give it your all against Taso. If anyone can give him a good challenge, it's you, Gonzalo.
From here, you use your fly command to go back to Ametrine City and take on Taso's gym. The puzzle is a huge indoor maze with multiple levels, and you must go up and down the various levels until you reach the goal. The catch here is that the only way to do so is by stepping on a platform that reacts to your Pokemon's weight. Using a light Pokemon will bring you up, while using a heavy Pokemon will bring you down. When you reach the end, you'll come face to face with Taso, who's ready for your challenge.
Since the gym challenge started, I've rarely had any decent challengers. That's why I didn't mind leaving the gym behind to help out Looker. But after your display against Team Prestige, I've been eagerly awaiting your challenge. You're gonna have to bring out your full potential in order to defeat me, so I hope you're ready. As the strongest gym leader in Larimar, I, Taso, from the Kalos region, accept your challenge.
You battle Gym Leader Taso. His team is Dragonite, Salamence, Dragion, Larimarian Lapras, and Mega Noivern. You defeat Taso and he says,
"There it is. That's what I wanted to see. Not only have you blown me away with your amazing battle, but you've reached a new level that you'd only dream of achieving. I was right about you all along, Gonzalo. Like me, you too are a trainer who radiates positivity, and I can see that thanks to the strong bond you share with your Pokemon. So it's only fitting that this is your final badge. Here it is, the Radiant Badge."
You now have all 8 Larimar gym badges and are ready to take on the Pokemon League. But just as you leave the Ametrine gym, your phone goes off. It's an emergency broadcast from President Sterling.
Hola, lovely people of Larimar. I come to you live with some very unfortunate news. After giving it much thought, we have decided to cancel this year's Pokemon League competition until further notice. I know this must be hard on many of the competing trainers, but the threat of Team Prestige is too high right now. We've received news that they have captured the legendary Disaster Trio. I cannot, in good conscience, let the Pokemon League continue, knowing the people of this region are in danger. But fret not, people of Larimar. I will put an end to Team Prestige and protect you all as I have always done.
After the broadcast, you then get a direct call from President Sterling, who invites you to the meeting he's holding with the Champion and Elite Four. You arrive at the President's building and make your way to the main office.
I'm glad you could make it, Gonzalo. The time for Team Prestige's plan has finally come. However, there is one thing that's holding them back. The one thing that's preventing them from achieving their goals. And surprisingly, it's you. All this time, we kept our eyes on the gym leaders, the Elite Four, the champion. But little did we know that our biggest trouble would be a child like you. That's right, my dear boy. Jacinth isn't the leader of Team Prestige. I am. Now, relax. Don't feel threatened. I didn't call you here to hurt you. I simply want to talk, mijo.
President Sterling then reveals his true motives. He talks about his past as a former champion, how he loved his region, how he served during a great war, but when he came back, his home had changed. More and more tourist attractions came to be. His own home was taken down to make way for more modern buildings.
After all that I've done for this region, my home was ruined to make way for all the outsiders that wanted to come in. This isn't what Larimar was like. They don't know the true beauty of our home. That's when I made up my mind that I'd cleanse this region from all the visitors who only seek to tarnish it in the long run.
He then explains how he rose up the political ranks until he finally became president, and that's when he formed Team Prestige behind the scenes.
For a time, it felt like Larimar was finally going back to the way it was meant to be. That was until Zack became the champion and tainted the minds of this region's people with filth, with the idea that we should be open to all other regions. He doesn't understand the consequences of trying to appeal to the outside world. However, I'm hoping you now understand us, Gonzalo. Throughout your travels, you got to witness the beauty of Larimar firsthand. Wouldn't you want to preserve that? I see. It is a shame, Gonzalo. I didn't want things to escalate to this degree because I see your potential. Unfortunately, it seems you too have fallen for Zack's foolish ideas. You leave me no choice then. I must put a stop to you right here and right now.
You battle President Sterling. His team is Sulfur, Grimmsnarl, Dragalge, Mid-Iron, and Aegislash. This is Sulfur, the toxic stone Pokemon, and the evolved form of Vermilith, a rock and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sturdy and the hidden ability Rockhead. They are said to be one of the main contributors in Mercury Refinement. They are able to fire a thick, poisonous fluid from their palms. And this is Mid-Iron, the armor Pokemon, and the evolved form of Mid-Iron, a steel type with the ability Battle Armor or Heat Proof and the hidden ability Gluttony. Its strong iron body can repel almost any attack. Not even fire can melt it. The fur around its neck is actually 80% iron, so it often eats it when there's no other metal around. You defeat President Sterling.
You're just as talented as I thought. A true shame. Do you think this will change anything? My team's master plan is already in motion, dear child. This was merely a distraction. Nothing will get in the way of this great disaster. I mean, who do you think started the first one? And so, it has begun. You see, Gonzalo, when my second term as Presidente was running up, I knew I'd lose my ability to help this region. So I used Team Prestige to trigger the great disaster, giving me the perfect stage to be the hero of Larimar. It was a double win, because not only did my efforts let me stay as Presidente, but it struck fear into any foreign trainer that had thoughts of coming to the Larimar region. And now that the Pokemon League has brought about many more, now is the perfect opportunidad to unleash the great disaster once again.
You see on the news reports of a huge storm and earthquakes all across the Larimar region, and even Mount Zekron is getting ready to erupt. At the same time, Team Prestige is on the offensive, attacking every gym and even the Pokemon League.
This will remind those filthy outsiders that they never should have come to Larimar. And now, before I go and become their savior once again, I will solidify my authority once and for all by summoning the legendary Tawartagon. With its power, no one, not even the champion, will stand in my way.
President Sterling leaves and you try to catch up to him, but you're then stopped by Team Prestige grunts. You must now battle your way through them all in order to escape. If you use this opportunity to explore the building, you'll be able to find the Master Ball in one of the rooms. You go floor by floor, battling Team Prestige until you reach the exit, which is blocked by a horde of grunts. But you are suddenly saved by a trainer and his Blastoise.
You must be Gonzalo, right? Things are a little hectic here. Let's go somewhere a bit safer. I'm Hybrid, by the way. One of the Larimar's Elite Four. You can trust me.
You and Hybrid go to Professor Reskia's lab, where the Professor and Looker are also at. Here you explain everything that's happened, and everyone is in shock.
I cannot believe this. Everything the President did to build up the region was a lie? This is terrible, and now all of Larimar is in grave danger.
Yes, things are pretty dire, but we have to do something. Hybrid, any updates from Zach?
Hybrid then goes on to explain that Zach, along with the other Elite Four members, are fighting off the Team Prestige grunts that are trying to take down the League.
I'm just about to head over there and back them up. I guess it was a good thing I was late to the phony meeting the President set up for us. I always seem to get lost in my meditations. Anyways, what should we do about the legendaries?
Well, the whole region is in disarray, but the most urgent thing we need to take care of is Mount Zircon. If it erupts, it will cause tremendous damage that will take years for us to recover from.
Then that's where you need to go, Gonzalo. With the gym leaders and Elite Four occupied with Team Prestige, you're all we have right now. While you do that, I'll try to gather intel on where President Sterling might have gone.
Before leaving to Mount Zekron, Hybrid adds the climb command to your command app, giving you the ability to climb rocks in the overworld.
In order to save Larimar from descending into calamity, you must learn to shatter all illusions in your mind and maintain peace and balance from within. Make sure you trust yourself and your Pokemon strength, Gonzalo. See you soon.
You head to Mount Zekron in the volcanic zone. Now that you have the climb command, you can scale up the volcano and enter through the cave entrance. Pokemon you encounter here include Nidorino, Nidorina, Larimarian Woobat, Larimarian Swoobat, Vermilith, Magmar, Solacerta, Amberak, and the rare spawn Flareus. This is Amberak, the Amber Pokemon, and the evolved form of Cragmite, a rock and bug type with the ability Sniper or Rockhead and the hidden ability Solid Rock. It encases smaller Pokemon in Amber in order to preserve them for later consumption. Amberak is able to blast energy beams from the large amber orb on its backside. As you go through the cave, you are suddenly stopped by Luisa.
Things are looking crazy out there, and I bet I can guess who's behind it all. Well, I've kept my word and have gotten a lot stronger since our last encounter with Team Prestige. I'm ready to battle by your side. Come on, let's finish this once and for all and save our region.
You and Luisa now travel together, and as you get closer to the end, you encounter a few Team Prestige grunts. Once you've cleared them, you reach the end of Mount Zekron, where Carnelian is standing with the legendary Pokemon.
Huh! Well, if it isn't the little pipsqueak I met at the Ametrine Fortress. And what's this? You brought along a friend too! Well, isn't that cute? Not like it'll make much of a difference anyways. Just like Ametrine Fortress, you're too late once again. The legendary Kazanogi is just about done charging up, so get ready for Mount Zircon to go kaboom!
As if we'll ever let that happen. I might have let my fear and ignorance get in the way before, but not anymore. It's about time you guys realize that you're totally wrong. Let's teach this guy a lesson, Gonzalo.
You two certainly have a lot of guts, I'll give you that. But guts alone won't save you from the wrath of Prestige Admin Carnelian. Prepare to be crushed!
You take on Admin Carnelian in a double battle alongside Luisa. He uses Golbat, Wolverd, Rabite, Houndoom, Flareus, and Kazanogi. This is Rabite, the toxic mouth Pokemon, and the evolved form of Meningo, a poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Anger Point and the hidden ability Berserk. Its drool is said to be extremely toxic and can cause irregular fits of intense anger. Being surrounded by poison types caused it to become savage and filled its body with powerful toxins. And this is Kazanogi, the Volcano Pokemon, a fire type with the ability Drought. Born from the lava of a dormant volcano, its entire body is as hot as the sun. When it's very angry, it'll erupt lava from the retractable volcano on its back. You and Luisa defeat Admin Carnelian, and as a result, Kazanogi is freed.
What in the? Beaten by kids not once but twice? Talk about humiliating! Man, looks like my mission was a complete failure. Well, who cares? Just because you took me down doesn't mean you'll be able to take the boss down. He is the true top dog of Larimar, and he always will be.
You know, Gonzalo, I'm glad I was able to back you up. Team Prestige thinks they're doing what's right for Larimar, but can't they see that their actions are clearly making this region worse? Their minds are so twisted that they can't see how wrong they truly are. In a way, it's kind of like how ignorant I was, but never again. I'll continue to get stronger and make sure our home is a place we can truly be proud of.
You get a call from the professor, and he tells you how all the volcanic energy has died down. Next, he needs you to take care of the cyclone being caused by Typho.
It seems like the eye of the cyclone is in your hometown, Opal Town. That's the most likely location of Typho. Be careful out there, Gonzalo.
You fly to your home in Opal Town, and you're immediately challenged by a Team Prestige grunt that was blocking your house.
Hey, who said you could drop by here? This town's officially under Team Prestige's control.
You defeat the grunt and he leaves, allowing you to enter your home and check on your mother. She's safe, but is worried about the other townspeople who are being detained in their homes, so she asks you to help free them. When you go back outside, you encounter Bryan.
Yo, Gonzalo, I thought I'd find you here. Is your mother okay? Oh, that's good. I'm sorry they had to come and mess with your hometown. I'm here to help any way I can. This crazy weather though, is this the great disaster we read about? Larimar may not be my home, but it's a beautiful place that's given so many trainers an amazing new opportunity. I won't let Team Prestige destroy that.
You and Bryan now travel together, battling all the grunts that are outside of people's homes. After defeating them all, you make your way to the dock, as that's where Ruri is, along with Typho floating above.
So you've come all this way to stop me and Typho, huh? I'd love to see you children try. Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't one of our little prisoners, did you miss me already?
As if we've come to put an end to the great disaster. You Team Prestige think you're doing this for the good of this region, but look around. You're causing nothing but harm to what you call home.
I wouldn't expect an outsider to understand, but what you see as harm and destruction is merely what is necessary to rebuild a more beautiful future. We've come too far to let a couple of children get in our way, so I'll be sure to put you both down where you stand. Don't worry, cuties. I'll make this as quick and painless as possible.
You take on Adam and Ruri in a double battle along with Bryan. She uses Golbat, Lightbird, Maynard, Finsive, Apateel, and Typho. This is Typho, the Typhoon Pokemon, a water type with the ability Drizzle. Many fishermen and travelers have been lost due to this Pokemon. It whips up whirlpools, typhoons, and tsunamis in order to cause major damage in Larimar. You and Bryan defeat Adam and Ruri, and free Typho as a result.
Unbelievable. The nerve of children these days. You will regret messing with Team Prestige. I'll make sure you're the first to be taken out of our region once the boss succeeds.
Good job, Gonzalo. You truly are a strong rival. Once we're done with Team Prestige, we've got to have an all-out battle one more time. I've gotten a lot better. Team Prestige won't be bringing me down any longer, that's for sure. I'm more determined than ever to become an influential champion like Zach.
You get a call from Looker, who has an update. He mentions how after the Great Disaster started, Team Prestige were seen at the Sterling Monument in Topaz City. According to Professor Reskia, it's also the location with the most seismic activity.
Terrell is the closest gym leader to that location, but he's currently defending his gym from Team Prestige. Gonzalo, Bryan, we're counting on you to investigate.
You and Bryan arrive at the Sterling Monument, and outside is heavily guarded by Team Prestige.
Sorry kids, authorized personnel only.
Suddenly, Luisa and Professor Reskia show up ready to battle.
I hope we aren't late. Gonzalo, we'll take on these guys out here. Go on ahead and stop this disaster for good.
As if we'll ever let that happen.
More grunts? I'll just have to do my part as well. Don't worry about me, Gonzalo. I'll make sure these guys don't get in your way.
Bryan, Luisa, and Professor Reskia do their part by keeping the outside grunts occupied. You enter the Sterling Monument, and it's here where you discover that it's actually been their true headquarters all along. You battle your way through multiple grunts, and make your way to the top floor, where you see President Sterling along with Jacinth and Jishuta.
So, you've made it here after all. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed. You even managed to defeat Carnelian and Ruri. However, those losses will mean nothing in the end. The Great Disaster has served its purpose. I've used it to manifest my hatred for what the outside world has done to Larimar. Strong hatred is just what is needed to awaken the legendary Tuartegon from their sacred shard, which is exactly what I will do now. Remember this well, young Gonzalo. Restoring Larimar to its former glory is an inevitability. Jacinth, I leave this child to you.
We cannot and will not let you interfere with our desired goal. You might have found out the truth about us, but that does not change the fact that I am still a leader of Team Prestige. I've been the one taking charge all this time for the boss so his cover wouldn't be blown. So as his second in command, I will do everything in my power to end you.
You battle Admin Jacinth. He uses Crobat, Larimarian Watchog, Dingrowl, Crocodile, Pygmalion, and Jishuta. This is Jishuta, the Earthquake Pokemon, a ground type with the ability Sand Force. It resides deep underground and uses its large arms and legs to stir up earthquakes in order to destroy parts of Larimar. It never comes out of the ground unless it's been disturbed. You defeat Admin Jacinth, and as a result, Jishuta is freed.
Foolish child! You have no idea what you are trying to achieve. Stopping Team Prestige only means the ruin of Larimar.
That's enough out of you, Jacinth. You're coming with me. My international police friends have been dying to meet you.
Jacinth is taken away by Looker. You're then reunited with the others outside and tell them of the president's plan.
If the president truly plans to awaken Tuartegon, then our only hope of survival is to summon Faustagon, the Purity Pokemon. Its shrine is located at the peak of Mount Lazuli. Only the most skilled trainers can make it up there.
Suddenly, Zack along with the Elite Four arrive. They thank you for stopping the Great Disaster. Now that we've got the Pokemon League cleared of Team Prestige, the Elite Four will be helping the gym leaders to get rid of them for good. Bryan, Luisa, you two should do the same. As for myself and Gonzalo, we're headed to Mount Lazuli. Using the climb command, you scale up Mount Lazuli and reach the cave entrance. Further down this cave is the Lazuli Den, Tuartegon's awakening ground. I'm sure the president must be there by now. What he's done is truly terrible. He's fooled us all. Still, as champion, it's my responsibility to fix this mess. I'll try my best to slow him down, but I can't do this alone. Gonzalo, everything you've done has led up to this moment. Reach the summit, get Faustagon, and help me save our Larimar. We're counting on you. Zack goes down to the Lapis Den. From here, you scale up Mount Lazuli. The Pokemon you encounter here include Golbat, Sneasel, Graveler, Medicham, Minior, Duraludon, Avalanche, and the rare spawn Beldum. This is Avalanche, the Snowball Pokemon, in the evolved form of Moncold, a pure ice type with the ability Refrigerate or Snow Cloak and the hidden ability Snow Warning. They enjoy relaxing and grooming each other in hot springs. They engage in intense snowball fights when fighting over territory. You reach the summit and arrive to the Shrine of Faustagon. Before you can get closer, you are then challenged by 3 boss Pokemon, Swidonary, Volcanosaur, and Dragrove. They're protecting the shrine and are here to test your skills before being able to meet Faustagon. This is Swidonary, the honey Pokemon and the evolved form of Honogur, a normal and poison type with the ability Poison Touch or Sticky Hold and the hidden ability Honey Gather. The honey that it produces from its body is extremely toxic to humans and other Pokemon. It slathers honey onto trees in order to lure other Pokemon and poison them. This is Volcanosaur, the Pyrophyte Pokemon and the evolved form of Solacerta, a grass and fire type with the ability Flame Body or Flash Fire and the hidden ability Solar Power. Exotic and tropical in nature, this Pokemon is very calm and relaxed, using their powerful roars to create boskage for grass types to thrive. If agitated, these roars become destructive and can incinerate landscapes on the spot. And this is Dragrove, the Grove Pokemon and the evolved form of Dracops, a dragon and grass type with the ability Grassy Surge or Leaf Guard and the hidden ability Filter. If a human stumbles upon their grove, they will never be allowed to leave. They sleep around large trees, sharing their energy in order to keep the forest healthy. After passing this trial by defeating or capturing these 3, the legendary Faustagon will then appear. This is your chance to catch it and add it to your team. This is Faustagon, the Purity Pokemon, a Psychic and Fairy type with the ability Serene Grace. Known as the Lord of Purity in mythology, it embodies positivity, kindness, and innocence. It only appears before trainers with the purest of intentions. The winner of continuous feuds with Tuartegon, it ensures that the region remains stable. After catching Fasudagon, you can now go down to the Lapis Den to take on President Sterling. The Pokemon you encounter here include Vermilith, Midnight Lycanroc, Larimarian Watchog, Kangaskhan, Exploud, Golbat, Drearwig, and the rare spawn Gibble. This is Drearwig, the Deafening Pokemon, and the evolved form of Hearwig, a bug and dark type with the ability Compound Eyes or Soundproof and the hidden ability Cacophony. These Pokemon can cause temporary to permanent deafness if one is bitten by them. They're very sneaky and move without making a sound, making it unknown if one is near. You arrive at the lowest point of the cave, and there you see Zack along with his Greninja, and farther up ahead is President Sterling along with a huge Pokemon beside him.
Well, if it isn't Gonzalo, you continue to surprise me with your endurance and tenacity. Unfortunately for you, it will all be for nothing. Behold, the legendary Pokemon, born of hatred, born from my hatred, Tuartagon! With this legend by my side, I will continue to rule over Larimar and take out any outsider that dares to step foot in my home. Nothing will stand in my way now. I mean, just take a look over there. Not even your precious champion could stop me.
That's where you're wrong, Sterling. I was never meant to stop you. My only purpose was to keep you busy while the true hero of Larimar gets ready.
Gonzalo? The true hero? Don't make me laugh. I admit Gonzalo has amazing potential, but to put all your hopes on a mere child. Now I can truly see how pathetic of a champion really you are.
Talk all you want. At least I know my limits. There's only so much you can do alone. You can't control everything. You're the one unwilling to accept change, and that's what's gonna lead to your downfall. Gonzalo, we did the best we could holding him back. It's up to you now. We can't let him leave this cave.
Foolish child. I tried to be merciful, but you leave me no choice. You will be el primero to suffer my ultimate wrath. This is for the cleansing of Larimar, for the perfect Larimar future. Let's do this, Tuartagon!
You battle President Sterling. His team is Mega Aegislash, Sulfur, Grimmsnarl, Dragalge, Armassive, and Tuartagon. This is Armassive, the armor Pokemon, and the evolved form of Midiron. Armassive is a pseudo-legendary of the Larimar region, and is a steel and dark type. It has the ability Battle Armor or Heat Proof and the hidden ability Bulletproof. It will devour any and all metal in a city if given the chance, so it must be watched very carefully. Its sturdy armor protects it from explosions. And this is Tuartagon, the malignant Pokemon, our dark and dragon type with the ability Dark Aura. An embodiment of malice and hate, it sleeps within a shard, only being awakened when its rage boils over. In mythology, it's known as the Dark Lord. It battled against Fasudagon and lost, but repeatedly seeks vengeance. With the legendary Fasudagon on your team, you defeat President Sterling, and as a result, Tuartagon is freed and goes into hiding.
No! How can this be? How did I lose to this child? You have no idea what you've done. Don't you understand? I'm trying to bring us back to the way it's meant to be.
Can't you see, Sterling? Gonzalo fought with everything he had, not just for Larimar, but for everyone. He understands the true beauty and joys of sharing your experiences with others. That's why he's gotten so strong, and sadly, it seems he'll never understand that. Suddenly, Looker arrives along with Bryan, Luisa, and Professor Reskia. He explains how all the Team Prestige grunts have been stopped and apprehended.
I see. It's really over, huh? I truly did what I thought was best for Larimar. But it seems that with the changing times, my help is no longer wanted. How pitiful. If that is the case, then this region doesn't deserve my help.
Sterling is taken away by Looker. Zack thanks you for all that you've done, and he says that he's eager to see you at the Pokemon League. Your rivals do as well. They both want to give it their all like you and make a difference in this region. After this event, the Pokemon League is finally open once again, so you make your way to Victory Road. The Pokemon that can be found here include Noibat, Larostache, Larimarian Vibrava, Larimarian Pelipper, Trumbeak, Swidonary, Dingrowl, Midday Lycanroc, Yangfu, Pensive, Wailord, Larimarian Grumpig, Dreadnought, and the rare spawn Dracops. This is Laurelstash, the Surfer Pokemon, and the evolved form of Laridot, a water and flying type with the ability Big Pecs or Hustle and the hidden ability Hydration. Extremely diligent, Laurelstash have always put forth its best efforts to do whatever its trainer says. They are very hospitable, and are even seen working in restaurants alongside waiters. And this is Yangfu, the martial arts Pokemon and the evolved form of Fortune, a fighting and psychic type with the ability Inner Focus or Synchronize and the hidden ability Healer. Even in battle, it maintains a calm and collected demeanor, never stressing itself or showing any sign of worry or fear. It is very adaptable, and being able to take advantage of any situation that it puts itself in by manipulating its surroundings. After going through Victory Road, you arrive at the Pokemon League. The way it works in Larimar is that both gym challengers and gym leaders can compete in the tournament to see who can challenge the Elite Four. In the first round, you face off against Luisa.
I'm gonna give it everything I've got to be a champion this region can be proud of. Thanks to you, I feel like I've become the best version of myself. You're gonna regret it though, cause I'm coming at you with everything I've got.
She uses Platigoo, Manid, Larimarian Delcatty, Larimarian Flygon, Literaith, and Mega Scrafty. This is Literaith, the Scroll Pokemon and the evolved form of Scribble, a pure ghost type with the ability Cursed Body and the hidden ability Aftermath. It holds centuries of knowledge which it retains in its body. Anyone seeking knowledge from it will be cursed for 1,000 years. They absorb the souls of those who unwillingly stumble upon them, draining them of their private information. After defeating her, she expresses how she's upset, but also grateful because she was able to have an amazing battle. She wishes you luck in your next match, but promises to keep getting stronger. You then face Trey in round 2.
We meet again, Challenger. It's been a long time since our battle, so time to give you one worth remembering. Let's go!
He uses Duskform Lycanroc, Sulfur, Tusking, Terrorwise, and Mega Sudowoodo. This is Tusking, the Ice Age Pokemon and the evolved form of Furries, a rock and ice type with the ability Fur Coat or Regenerate and the hidden ability Sheer Force. The age of this Pokemon could be determined by looking at its icy tusks. The younger one's tusks were longer and conjoined, while the older ones were shorter and separate. And this is Terrorwise, the Conductor Pokemon, and the evolved form of Terrorbyte, a rock and flying type with the ability Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb and the hidden ability Strongjaw. These Pokemon, despite their typing, love electricity, and were practically immune. They always flew into thunderstorms to absorb electricity, no matter how severe they were. After defeating Trey, you face Poli in round 3.
You're not the only one who's gotten stronger, Challenger. This time I get to go all out.
She uses Quagsire, Daroke, Dreadnought, Larimarian Grumpig, and Mega Politoed. This is Daroke, the Daruma Pokemon, and the evolved form of Simbit, a pure water type with the ability Water Absorb or Damp and the hidden ability Super Luck. Some legends state that this Pokemon is the reincarnation of a highly regarded monk. You defeat her and then face against Bryan in the final round.
This is it, Gonzalo. It was a long journey, but we finally made it. I'm gonna give it 100% against you, no holding back. Larimar has become a second home to me, so now it's time to show off everything I've learned here.
He uses Blazibrae, Prowell, Lucario, Inteleon, Grimmsnarl, and Mega Haxorus. After defeating Bryan, he says,
"Guess I've still got some way to go before I become champ. Until then, give it your best shot and don't lose to anyone, Gonzalo. Next time we battle, I'm coming for your title."
After winning the tournament, you can now challenge the Elite Four. Your first opponent is John.
Welcome to the Elite Four, Gonzalo. Once again, I'm John, and I come from the Unova region. My Pokemon and I trained under the intense sun at the Relic Castle, where Volcarona is said to appear. You won't find anyone who burns more intensely than we do. Let's see if you can withstand the power of the morning sun. Your real challenge begins now!
You battle Elite Four John, who uses Blaziken, Larimarian Swoobat, Flareus, Volcarona, and Mega Arcanine.
Whew! Not bad, kid. You and your Pokemon burn with more energy than the sun itself. Now proceed to your next challenge and give it that same intensity.
You then face the second Elite Four member, Jaleel.
We meet again, Challenger. Don't think just because you made it here that I won't be tough. I'm prepared to show you my blazing heart and my passion in battle. I, Jaleel from the Sinnoh region, the infamous Monkey King, accepts your challenge. Now, show me what you can do.
You battle Elite Four Jaleel, who uses Infernape, Rillaboom, Electivire, Avalanche, and Mega Slacking.
Well, there you have it. You're pretty strong, you know. Once you become champion, I'll be sure to take you on for the crown. In the meantime, tell Zach I said hi.
You then face the third Elite Four member, Raph.
The time has come to clash with Raffi of the Gala region. Welcome, Gonzalo. We use Pokemon for battle, so one could say there are weapons, correct? Team Prestige would certainly think so. I, however, think it all comes down to how you use them, and to me, they are way more than that. They are our allies, our friends. But what about you? Are your Pokemon more than just weapons to you? Now's your chance to show off what they're made of.
You battle Elite Four Raph, who uses Aegislash, Bisharp, Macernio, Sirfetch'd, and Mega Charizard X. This is Macernio, the armor Pokemon and the evolved form of Miflano, a pure steel type with the ability Iron Barbs or Sturdy and the hidden ability Heat Proof. Its body is comprised of an extremely strong metal that cannot be melted easily. Their tail is their most powerful weapon. One mighty swing from it could demolish a pickup truck.
What an intense match. I see now that you truly are amazing, as they say. Your Pokemon means so much to you, which is why they're willing to give it their all for you on the battlefield.
You then face the final Elite Four member, Hybrid.
You've done well to make it this far, Gonzalo, but that will not be enough to take down the champion. How far have you gone within yourself? How well do you know your own strengths and weaknesses? Have you learned to withdraw into yourself to achieve inner clarity? Did you learn to shatter all illusions in your mind? Show me. Before you face the champion, I, Hybrid of the Unova region, will see how far you've really grown from within.
You battle Elite Four Hybrid, who uses Zoroark, Darmanitan, Yangfu, Satori, and Mega Blastoise. This is Satori, the Zen Pokemon and the evolved form of Monori, a pure psychic type with the ability Trace or Synchronize and the hidden ability Telepathy. They float on their tails, which are composed of multiple stressful mists that it gives off as it meditates. The pearls around its neck help it stay calm.
Well done, Gonzalo. You've transcended peace and know the true joys of being a trainer. There's nothing left for me to say. Now move onward. The champion awaits.
You now reach your final battle against the champion, Zach. I had no doubt you'd make it to the end, Gonzalo. You've grown so much on your journey through Larimar. I could not be more proud. You've done so much for us by taking down Team Prestige, and for that, all of us are very grateful. That still doesn't change the fact that this is a championship battle. Just because you're the hero does not mean I'm giving up my title that easily. Now, give me everything you've got. As a champion of Larimar, I accept your challenge. You battle champion Zach. He uses Steeleon, Braviary, Coliza, Garchomp, Warthik, and Zach Greninja, aka
Zatoshi Gekkoga.
This is Coliza, the generator Pokemon, and the evolved form of Vibrini, a rock and electric type with the ability Flash Fire or Volt Absorb and the hidden ability Rockhead. By burning minerals in its body, it can generate enough electricity to power a skyscraper for a week. When hunting in caves, it blends into the darkness, not emitting any light. This allows it to catch its prey off guard. And this is Warthik, the sacred Pokemon, and the evolved form of Dragrove. Warthik is the other pseudo-legendary of the Larimar region. It has the ability Grassy Surge or Leaf Guard and the hidden ability Filter. They act as guardians to sacred groves, keeping all humans from entering. Those who disturb the forest are its immediate enemies. It ensnares people with thick roots before charging forward with its sharp horns. You defeat champion Zach, and he says, "Wow, truly amazing. You and your Pokemon gave it your all, and because of that, this was the best battle I've ever had. Congratulations, Gonzalo. You are officially our new champion." You and your team are then inducted into the Hall of Fame, which concludes the main story of Pokemon Larimar. We now enter the postgame. It's been some time since you become champion, and since then, Professor Reskia has been made the new president of Larimar. He invites you to the Sterling Monument, which has now been rebranded to the Larimar Labs.
Welcome, champion. What do you think of the brand new Larimar Labs? We will now be using this facility to further expand my research on Pokemon migration. There's a few things I would like to share with you, but first, allow me to test your skills.
You battle Professor Reskia. His team is Drampa, Goodra, Shiftry, Chestnut, Setitan, and Mega Exploud. After defeating him, he will gift you a special Froakie. This Froakie is the offspring of Zack's Greninja, so this is how you'll be able to get a Zack Greninja of your own.
This Froakie is a gift from Zack. He wanted you to have it, but could not give it himself. He's been so busy working to get the Larimar Battle Frontier open ever since he became champion. And as a matter of fact, it officially opens today to the public.
Professor Reskia will give you the ferry pass, allowing you to take the ferry to Turquoise City. You arrive at Turquoise City and meet Zack upon arrival. He tells you how this city is the biggest tourist site in the Larimar region, so he's helped establish the Larimar Battle Frontier for visiting trainers to challenge. He encourages you to try it out as well. There are 5 battle facilities to challenge, and the main one is the Battle Tower. Here you take part in standard 3-on-3 single battles. After 20 wins, you'll face the Frontier Brain, Red. He uses a rotation of Pikachu, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, Snorlax, and Espeon. The second battle facility is the Battle Stage, which focuses on contest battles, where your moves are also judged on their appeal. The Frontier Brain is Alicia, and she uses Milotic, Sylveon, and Mega Altaria. The third facility is the Battle Royal Dome, inspired by the one in Alola. Here you battle in a series of Battle Royal matches against 3 other trainers. After 20 matches, you face the Frontier Brain, the Masked Royal, who uses Midday Lycanroc, Hawlucha, and Incineroar. The fourth facility is the Battle Villa. Here battles focus on specific Pokemon stats. You'll battle trainers specializing in HP, attack, special attack, speed, accuracy, and evasion, until you reach the Frontier Brain, Buck, who specializes in defense and special defense. His team will be Bastiodon, Umbreon, and Claydol. And the final facility is the Battle Safari. Here you must catch wild rental Pokemon to build up your team and take on opponents. After each battle, you'll be able to make a new random capture that can be swapped out for one of your team members before the next battle. The Frontier Brain is Peony, and he uses Berserker, Aggron, and Caporaja. Off the shore of Turquoise City, you can surf up to the Abandoned Ship. Pokemon that can be found here include Tentacruel, Haunter, Finsive, Coughing, Marini, Apateel, and the rare spawn Delmise. If you go deep into the ship, you'll actually find an Ultra Wormhole. You go through it and will be transported to an unknown location that's meant to be the Pokemon world's equivalent of the Bermuda Triangle. You are now on a series of shipwrecks in the middle of nowhere. Pokemon that can be found here include Finsive, Golbat, Tentacruel, Misdreavus, Sharpedo, Relicanth, Jellicent, and the rare spawn Spiritomb. Now these aren't the only Pokemon you can encounter here, as this location will have daily outbreaks of random and rare Pokemon that are brought through the Ultra Wormholes. This is how you'll be able to catch rare Pokemon that aren't native to Larimar. That's not all though, because if you go exploring into the different shipwrecks, you'll find Ultra Wormholes that will give you access to all of the Ultra Beasts, including 2 brand new ones. This is UB Float, aka Full Drift, the Wind Rider Pokemon, a grass and flying type with the ability Beast Boost. It causes violent windstorms that destroy large cities and towns with a single flap of its wings. It seems to be fond of forests and fields, oddly enough. And this is UB Fuse, aka Illegal, the Streak Pokemon, a fire and dragon type with the ability Beast Boost. The smoke that it emits from its body is said to be extremely toxic. Witnesses have watched it streak across the sky at night, its flaming tail slowly growing longer and longer as it flies. Aside from Ultra Beasts, you can also encounter a legendary Pokemon once a day through a special Ultra Wormhole. The order in which you encounter these legendaries are completely random. Something else you can do now that you're in the post-game is compete in the completed Pokemon World Tournament in Citrine City. Here you can face many powerful trainers from across the Pokemon world, including ones introduced here in Larimar. The battles here are all 3-on-3, but if you want to see the full teams of the Larimar Gym Leaders in Elite Four, then you can face them in rematches at the Pokemon League. Here's a quick rundown of everyone's full teams. Starting with Trey, his full team is Duskform Lycanroc, Gigalith, Sulfor, Tusking, Terrawise, and Mega Sudowoodo. Zano's full team is Nezumika, Gogoat, Roserade, Volcanosaur, Larimarian Tropius, and Mega Sceptile. Poli's full team is Quagsire, Daroke, Dreadnought, Azumarill, Larimarian Grumpig, and Mega Politoed. Niall's full team is Honchkrow, Umbreon, Scornot, Shiftry, Drearwig, and Mega Absol. Tyrone's full team is Dedenne, Larmarian Heliolisk, Ampios, Magnezone, Jolteon, and Mega Vikavolt. Terrell's full team is Medicham, Pangoro, Larmarian Persian, Magistrut, Hariyama, and Heracross. Ruffled's full team is Breloom, Amoonguss, Shiinotic, Toxiglow, Venusaur, and Mega Parasect. Taso's full team is Dragonite, Salamence, Dragion, Larmarian Lapras, Goodra, and Mega Noivern. John's full team is Blaziken, Larmarian Swoobat, Flareus, Volcarona, Galarian Darmanitan, and Mega Arcanine. Jaleel's full team is Infernape, Rillaboom, Avalanche, Electivire, Passimian, and Mega Slacking. Raph's full team is Aegislash, Bisharp, Macernio, Sirfetch'd, Galarian Slowbro, and Mega Charizard X. Hybrid's full team is Zoroark, Darmanitan, Yangfu, Satori, Spiritomb, and Mega Blastoise. And Zach's full team is a rotation of Steelion, Braviary, Coliza, Garchomp, Warthic, Pandolin, Blazabray, Platygoo, and Zach Greninja. Now that you're in the postgame, you also have the ability to catch Tawardagon. In order to do so, you must talk to Professor Reskia. He tells you that the only way to make it appear once again is to gather the Disaster Trio at Lapis Den. So you must now go and catch Typho, Kazanogi, and Jishuta, who are now roaming the region. But unlike other roaming legendaries, they will not flee once you encounter them. After catching the three, you take them to the Lapis Den as the professor instructed, and out appears Tawardagon ready to battle. If you manage to catch it and complete the Larimar dex, there is only one more thing left to do. If you visit the Amethyst Cemetery at night, the mythical Pokemon Arrest will appear. This is Arrest, the spiritual Pokemon, a pure ghost type with the ability Pressure. Said to be the incarnations of familial spirits, these Pokemon are often spoken of as myth. Visions of this Pokemon around cemeteries have been reported multiple times, but no evidence of its appearance has ever been found. And that's it, the complete story of Pokemon Larimar. For those of you that stuck around this long, thank you so very much for watching. This has been a passion project of mine that I put so much thought, love, and care into, and the fact that I'm just able to share this with you guys means so much to me. Huge shout out to the amazing Fakemon artist Dark and Windy, who allowed me to use a lot of his Fakemon creations for this video, as well as my good friend Oscar Belmonte, who created some new Pokemon and even some of the character designs. I would not have been able to do this without them. Also, shout out to my amazing content creator friends who lent their voices to this project and even came up with some of the cool lore behind their gyms and their characters, and even some of the lore surrounding the Larimar region. So honestly guys, thank you so much as well. And of course, thank you to my channel members as well for supporting my content, especially the newest channel member, ConnorTheGreatAsian. Until next time guys, make sure to live your life to the fullest and have yourself a damn good one.